Showtime. Hi guys, Flat Earth British, Martin Liedtke speaking. 'Tis I. You excited? You should be excited. It's going to be fucking fantastic tonight, guys. Ooh, a fly just went past. As you can see, it's a bit of a trippy theme tonight. Okay. And my audio sounds fantastic. So, good to see you all. We're going to have a really, really enjoyable ride tonight, guys. Okay. And what I have discovered and what I found yesterday, I've needed possibly a little bit more time with this, but it is absolutely mind-blowing, and it corroborates, reading it from my perspective of people that have been following Flat Earth British for a long time. This book that I found, it is just like, corroborating everything that we've discovered from Antiquutech to Fasces. The whole thing is in there. It is just the study of the Phoenicians. It's a decode, very much the same way we do, but in an earlier time, talking about an earlier point in time. So like the classical world, etc. falling under the use of electromagnetic weaponry. They're talking about magnets. They're talking about electric in a far-off antiquity. It's such a mind blow, guys. It's also a study, this document, of inner magic, okay, in the form of psychedelic compounds and substances and other things that you might find in the garden. So we're going to have a look at that as well. I was reading it last night. It was absolutely mind-blowing. I couldn't believe what I was reading, so I'm happy to share that with you. Now, I was thinking, I had a bit of a revelation last night, a bit of a Martin moment, where I realized how really, really easy it is being me and where I live to get fucking killed. I only went out for an hour, and I was like, nearly in, like, I was just there, and there was two really, really violent happenings within the space of 10 minutes apart, like in space of 45 minutes. I was like, fuck me, I could have easily got killed there. It is so dangerous. And it occurred to me that I should make the most of any time, okay? Because you never know, okay? Especially with this dangerous fucking weird illusion that we find ourselves in, okay? Could it be a lie? It's just an illusion. Did I do a flat thumbs? I don't think I did I? I think I'll do a special flat thumbs. I think I'll do a double flat thumbs thrice to infinity, Googleplex thrice forever and ever. I think that's a really long time. I don't think you can actually beat that. Try. So yeah, it's going to be a psychedelic theme. See all that in the background? Yeah, that's not me. That's you. That is. Oh, don't worry. Anyway, so we're going to have a look about, is any mud flood in the Bible? Fuck yeah. We're going to have a look at mud flood in the Bible. We're going to look at some Goya, who's a kind of genius Spanish artist of the past, but he painted his dreams. What shit did he see? And it was at a very weird time in history, as in 1811, around the reset period. We're going to look at, later on in this post, images of the day, which are fantastic. Maps that I dug up from 1300, never seen them before. I don't even know what language they're speaking, but it's just mind-blowing. We're going to look into air Tartar air, the air travel of the past in the golden age of Tartaria. Okay, when Tartarian consciousness was at its full level before the weird shit came down, but it's coming back, isn't it? Isn't it exciting? Don't worry, wait till your whole illusion lifts. I started seeing it quite some time ago, actually. I just didn't know what I was looking at. I didn't understand it properly, pissing it away, really, from not seeing, like the wood for the trees. But now I see it. Now I see it, and everyone else will too, guys. The illusionary state of this place, the trick. You yourself, you don't actually reside here in the physical world as such. You've never actually taken part in this game, okay? Your avatar, however, is immersed in the observation process of consciousness, is it not? But what about you, the real you, the higher you, the one that's connected to the most high, the higher you, the higher realm, the real place? Because this isn't it. This isn't it. This place is very, very, very malleable. Literally, you can create this paradigm with your mind, guys, for fuck's sake. Yeah? It's just like we broke the fucking world. It's like no biggie, is it? How much more evidence do we need? and from all of the crazy, mind-blowing things which I'm about to tell you all. On that note, though, I was thinking about it, like at this stage, it's be really, really embarrassing for academia. Okay, I knew that I'd done something cool and clever by getting a think tank together. So I thought, oh, right, tens of thousands of Brians all together thinking on the same vibration. Imagine what we're going to come up with. That was my thought. And now there's so many of us in this think tank. Okay, and the ideas that are put forward, and it all sorts to meet somewhere in the middle, and then we propose it on Flat Earth British, and bam, have we hit the fucking money? We've nailed it. So they haven't got that. They haven't got that, academia, I mean, because they're always in a closed box of information. So it's embarrassing. I think they should fuck off already, is what I think. It's just it's the whole show is farcical now, isn't it? For any intelligent thinking person, this is really pathetic shit show. All of it. Okay. Now, events of this week. Now, I did do a post this week and it kicked off a little bit in my chat just to let you know, okay, that I'm quite happy to give everyone the benefit of the doubt, okay? Like when I said nobody's allowed to die here in the future, actually meant that, okay? Same with, if you know me, then you're going to know that I do not do drama because I'm not going to fuck, okay, with the Most High's plan. That's what I'm doing, yeah. So not doing that, okay? So that will be forgotten about. And from this moment onwards, okay, we go forward with love and positive intent and don't do anything negative intent, okay? Because you don't want to trigger me off to go all weird and Stalin purge my fucking ass, my channel, because I won't want to do that. I love you all. So be good. Okay, as a memory to Mike, you'd hate to see everybody fucking rowing if he was looking down on us all, guys. Just don't do that. Anyway, so yeah, this book's going to be fantastic. I got so many images to show you as well, probably thousands. I'm going to have a trippy time with it. You excited? Fucking know it. So let's give you all a few shoutages now. So you share, we got 400 odd people that are on the Celtic Tatarian channel and Flat Earth British Martin Liedtke channel at this moment in time. And my Facebook, I think. So, D'Angelo, good to see you, my friend. Thank you for popping by. Dragon Sage. So, we're going to talk about magic. I'm going to talk about magic. We're going to talk about, well, actually, occult sciences, which is hidden knowledge. Well, it wasn't so hidden, actually, because we managed to decode a fuck ton of it before. But there were things like, what is the laurel that is around the United Nations flag, around the Flat Earth flag, and around all of the Phoenician royals' heads, the laurel leaf of control, we call it. What does it designate? Well, we found out. And we found out the swords, they were never for fucking fighting. And we found out what they were really for. And Antiquutech, and the whole thing, guys, in this document. Dun, dun, dun. Plot thickens, guys. It's getting fabulous. Let me talk about consciousness. Now, Tim Dale, good to see you. One love. Eric. Now, we're not moving. Okay, we're not moving. We are still. And the whole paradigm or the illusionary state is moving all around us. We're actually still. We don't see it, so we're blind to it too. Okay. The avatar, it's interacting with it. But what St. Francis, say, for example, apparently was in search for is he was seeking the one that sees. Who is that one that sees through your eyes? Who is the real you? What about when you do stupid shit? Okay, like in my, I'll go, on personal Martin experience. I will have a voice come in my head. I'll say, Matt, do you really think that's a good idea? Or Matt, no. Who the fuck is that? Well, I know what psychology would say about the subconscious and the conscious mind, but I definitely think there is more going on. Okay. So we're going to have a think about that. Let's give you all a few more shout digits. Woody's here. Capilocious is here. Wrenched up. Marcel. your water. Okay, put lemons in it, my old China. I put lemons, turmeric. Oh, it doesn't show. Oh, that's fucking trippy. That's you, though. That's not me. Okay, just Mel. Oh, Mel, the law of EL. Oh, yeah, we're going to find out all about what that means. And there's two types of electricity as well in Far Off Antiquity, two types of Jupiter. And, all of the coding we see through allegory, the lion and I guess even the unicorn, and all of these things are going to start to make a fuck ton more sense after today. Dun, dun, dun. I am Karios. Good to see you, Vibba. Good to see you, Bora. Well, also with magic, they talk about magic spells, but not in a sort of black hat sense in this. It's more in the sense of they managed to conjure fire, lightning, okay, and control lightning, using machines with magnets, okay, in apparently the classical world, guys, okay, reported by Herodotus, Pliny, and all of the other voices of this era, the only ones we got actually, but they all talk about electromagnetic technology. Caligula, okay, literally gained all of his grounds by using a weapon, a machine, which gave bolts of lightning. Fasces, guys. It's all in this document. So much in it. It's absolutely mind-blowing. Did you even know, guys, that they had sorcery schools as recent in Europe as 1810? 1810. They had sorcery schools in Rome. One got closed down. Yeah, I'm not talking about the Vatican either. Well, that is a sorcery school. So with the way of spells, invocations, so they can write spells down, can't they? But when they're doing technology, they use the spoken word. So it's the sound. It's the sound that will make a certain technology happen, a specific sound, a vibration, all in this book. So there's so many biggies in this. So living amidst is Jenny. Much love to you, Jenny. In fact, much peace and love to you all. I hope you have a fantastic ride. We're going to have a roller coaster ride. We're going to get down later to some of my Ladybird book collection. I won't be rude. Not that rude. We are all grown up after all, aren't we? Huh? Well, we'll see about that. We'll maybe have a think about a few of them. Okay. Scott, he's in the house. Who's Spellerine? Filthy Rags, good to see you. 33 subsections in the UN azimuthal equidistant. But it's all sorts of organizations use that as well. And if you look at my avatar for my Flat Earth, this channel, okay, the laurel leaves have been replaced by ganja leaves, or creatively like. And you got the azimuthal equidistant in there, but it's much more mine. Roger Haynes, Missy, Gary. So yeah, look at that on the background. Turn on your mind, relax, and float downstream. Squiggles is in the house patrolling, doing an epic job. Excellent. Rosemary Morley. So wherever you are, okay, in your houses or comfy, hope you got all your stuff. Get your stuff. You'll need that because it's going to be a bit of a mind blow. Okay, I gotta carry this off now. I may eat shrooms tonight, says Dragon Sage. Oh, I think you should. Fairies, much love to you, sweetness. Diane and Blue Sky and Kathleen. Thank you all for bringing your vibrations. Happy vibrations. Okay, because you want to do that. It's not much fun otherwise. And guys, let's be honest. I only do fantastic. And negative intent is not very fantastic, is it? Or Rowan, it's not very fantastic at all. It's more in the realms of boring, mundane. Anyway, so waking to the illusion. Back to that idea. Now, I practiced this last night. Actually, I was like, I'll just shut off from all of this insanity that's going around. Just people just killing one another in front of me. It's like, yeah, I'll just shut off. And I'll just realize the illusion. Okay, the spoon is not there. And it happened. I literally started yawning. And I wasn't tired in the slightest, but it was me just disconnecting. It was like, and I had an existential view of my mechanism and what was going on. I thought, oh yeah, fucking brilliant, ideal. I see it now. This place is an illusion, guys. It's a dream. It's ours. It's taken. They gotta fucking go. Matt Beaver, tell you what, we'll take over. I am Carrios, Hippie Shake, Canon Carol, D'Angelo, do a much better job of it. Ravine, no one to go without. Equal opportunities for all, no matter who you are. Okay, no more weirdness, no more borders. No more differences, no more class systems. Everybody the fucking same. All them people living on the streets, fucking turn it around. Do a fucking trade in places. Let's have David Rothschild sat outside the station asking for 20 fucking p for a cup of coffee, shall we? JT Clark, see how that goes down. Salmon Freight, good to see you. David Jones, good to see you. Real Talk Aaron, good to see you. Chris Dohan, good to see you. Akash, good to see you. Jason, good to see you. Franny. Stephanie Campbell is in the house. Swanee. Right, I'm starting with Brian out. Get shit together. Okay, right. Davey Wise, good to see you, Marcel. Yeah, so about the water, yeah. I wouldn't trust that tap water if I was fucking you. Think about it. Yeah, don't drink it. Drink if you got like bottled water, if you can get a glass, absolutely fantastic. Get a distiller or any other way of getting your water, but I wouldn't. And the food that they cook, all that frozen bollocks, is all done in their water too. So that's not to be trusted. Huh? Don't give it to your animals either. If I were you, I would not trust that fucking water at the tap. But Billy, on a plane, Eddie, Yosef, good to see you. Oh, we'll talk about that later. Oh, Yahweh is a psychopath. yeah, it's a bit of a nutcase. I won't worry about all that, brother. We're right on this, you know. Getting to know this shit. We're getting to know this game works. It's like, oh yeah, I get it. Yeah. I like a game. It's a good game too. It's the best game there fucking is, actually. There is no better game, no bigger, I don't think. Soul Schooling Group. How can it be when we're dealing like with the whole of reality here? Okay, so yeah, there's been some weird shit going down. I'll show you now as well. Start the vlog now. Some things that have been spotted and posted. Telex. What a little think about the weirdness that's going on in the world. Romanian Bear before we get on with the document. Canon Carol. Neither Minton. Oh, Amy Lane's in the house. Anyway, I missed. Denise is there. Deco's here as well. And Andrea, I said I too as well earlier. Gary's here, my real broski. Roger. Brian, but a dad, Brian. No ducks given. It's Welsh, see. Just inherit. It's just natural with us. Aline, Lovell. Oh. And there's another Taffy, Annie Taff, but she fucked off to like basically Australia land. She's like, but she's still Welsh. You can take the girl out of Wales, but you can't take Wales out of the girl, Annie Taff. Okay. Ravine. Yeah, I was just rethinking that to see if I said anything like suggestive. I haven't. That was great. Pulled that off. Brilliant. Jabba Justice, onesie. Good to see you. S Cube. There you are. Enochian Janitor. Good to see you. So yeah, it is definitely an illusion. It's definitely a magic trick that happened from birth. I was seeing through it my entire life. Like literally seeing through it my entire life. And there's another force here. There's a, although I don't see it, I feel it. I feel it when I think about it, and it gets oh so stronger as this moves on. Definitely driven, passionate for my quest for truth. You know, I'm like literally, I pull out all the stops and like literally do anything to get fucking to this truth of what the fuck. Wales needs a night out. No, we do not need a night out. I mean, Cardiff is the party capital of like anywhere. Have you been to Cardiff? Fucking hell, mate, you have no idea. Anyway, share some usage and get on with this post. Now, occult, scientists, magic, and all the other stuff. I'm going to share this document with you. Okay, so if you would be so kind, any of you that are bored one Wednesday afternoon, or well, whatever afternoon, it doesn't matter what day, you could go through this and, you know, pick it apart as well for the think tank, okay? Because I haven't had much time. Now, next week, dun dun dun, as I will show you in this vlog, I am going to be presenting live in Truth Juice, okay, which is not my not my convention, but it will be a presentation at the same venue I was in last time. That is Tuesday coming in a few days' time in Birmingham, England land. Okay, so if you want to check that out, I've got a link that is in the descriptions box below this video. If you click that, I'm quite sure that it's not tickets. I'm quite sure that it's pay at the door. Okay, so it's first comes, first serve. Okay, but they do fit quite a few people in there. So Tuesday, Flat Earth British, live at Truth Juice. Anyway, so I'll be doing a bit of filming and hopefully stream all that live for you. Okay, my apologies for the streaming of the last convention. Actually, I'm still waiting. I still have faith that at some way, at some time, that it will turn up. If that makes sense. So just go with it. Okay, like everything. So share screen. Take a look at this. That was shared with me earlier. I'm not sure what to think of it. It was an eclipse, but they're saying it's a UFO in San Antonio at 3:30 a.m. yesterday. And it's that. So it's just what to make of that. 3 a.m. in the morning. So doesn't look like it's photoshopped or any fuckery going on. One thing that is for sure, right, that's the moon. Right, that's the moon. And that's that in the sky. What do you think of that, guys? Yeah, I don't know what to make of it. So use that book, which I will share with you. You'll be able to dig into it for yourself. We'll just look at the content a minute. So it's your Occult Sciences, Philosophy of Magic, Prodigies, and Apparent Miracles. Okay, so this guy, you know, he's died in what, 1839. And what he's doing is he's decoding Antiquity in quite the same way we are. And it's the same field as well. It's Antiquutech, electromagnetics, etc. It's just absolutely mind-blowing. So anyway, it looks like this is the contents of the second volume. Oh, fuck me. I've got to get over to the first volume. So anyway, the first is about psychedelics. So it's the preparation of drugs and beverages, some sporific, so like shroomage. Others for producing temporary imbecility. I can't move my legs, guys. Delightful illusions, yes, quite so, or fearful illusions. No such thing as a bad trip. That's just people with weak minds. And they shouldn't have had it in the first place if their body and mind wasn't in vibration all right. Involuntary revelations. It's like, holy fuck, did you... No, nobody's seen it. It was just me, because it was involuntary revelation, which happened all the time. Invincible courage. That is the same as epic non-giving a fuckness. Produced by meats and potions. Oh, strange meats, I don't know. The old mountain man deceived his disciples by illusions. So, you know, these are not the drones you were looking for because you're tripping your tits off. Okay. Effects of perfumes. So the original perfumes, I think, had psychedelic properties, you know, magic ointments. Okay, mysterious secrets. And then it goes on to the influence of the imagination. So basically, what they do is they explain people's trips. Now, one thing that is not easy to do in any regard is explain a trip to anybody. Okay. It's near impossible, actually. But I think when I was reading, I thought they'd done a fantastic job. I was like, yeah, that. I haven't been able to vocalize that. So medicine formed a part of occult science. It was not long exercised by priests. Diseases were supposed to be sent by malevolent genies or irritated gods, like pissy gods. And cures were considered miracles or works of magic. Credulity and the spirit of mystery attributed to marvelous properties to the intimate substances. So, poisons. substances, poisons. Not all poisons obviously are lethal, because people have, like, you know, I guess a small amount of arsenic and doesn't kill them, or strychnine, or can't think of other poisons. Miraculous deaths. I'm guessing that is a good guide to lethal poisons as well. Okay, don't practice that at home. Okay, if your husband's doing your head in and got vaccinated. Reality of the soil, the belief in the means of which thus maturists were supposed to possess for causing sterility, aroused particularly in language and emblems. Meteorology, okay, the art of foreseeing rain, storms, and directional winds. Okay, so there's the art of finding out what is coming. So they can't do that now, can they? The weatherman's always shit. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The art of drawing lightning from the clouds. Medals and traditions that indicate the existence of that in antiquity. So this guy is looking at the exact same pictures we are, and he's come to the same conclusion, you know, with Zeus with his thunderbolt and everything else, that they're literally gathering energy from the clouds and actually controlling electricity and producing it. How do you think they do that? Disguised under the new name of worship of Jupiter, Lucius, or Zeus. Okay, so these two. So I think this is electric, and this is sort of Fasces. If it was known to Numa and many others of among the ancients, the imitators of thunder made use of it, and it may be traced from Prometheus, explained the fables of Solonimus. Now, I thought that was Solomon, but it's not Solomonus. I think that might be Solomon. Yeah, it is, because it's got the temple. Okay. It was known to the Hebrews, and the construction of the Temple of Jerusalem is a proof of this. Zoroaster made use of the light of the sacred fire, okay, and to operate it in initiation of his followers. What? His experiments and miracles. So, what? He's controlling them through this. If the Chaldeans possessed the secret, it is afterward lost among them. Well, they got completely wiped off the face of the earth, like all of these cultures, didn't they? In the resets. Phosphorescent substances, sudden appearance of flames, heat developed by slackening of line, substances kindred contact with air and water. So things that would just combust. You know, I know of a few things. You can get like literally a rag of linseed oil and throw it in a metal bin and walk away, and like a half hour later, that thing's in flames. Compositions similar to gunpowder, mine works, and under Herod. So, you know, a long time before any official narratives. And check this out, yeah. Tartar army repelled by artillery, priests of India, okay, employed the same means of hurling thunder upon their enemies. Hurling thunder upon their enemies, guys. Lightning. Electromagnetic technology. It goes into it in more detail. The thermaturists, which are mentioned a lot in this, by the way, also the Phoenicians, it's a study of the Phoenicians, believe it or not, as well, might have worked pretended miracles with the air gun and power of steam and magnet. Guys, air gun, power of steam and magnet, right? And compass was probably known to the Phoenicians, as well as the Phoenician navigators. The Finns had a compass of their own, and the Chinese had a compass, used since the foundation of the empire. Other means of working pretend miracles, galvanic phenomena. Yeah, right. Well, we've looked into that as well. Absolutely mind fucking blowing. Hang on. So yeah, the first bit is basically concerning psychedelics, and it's a really good study of consciousness. It made much more sense than anything I think I've heard before. I don't mean that, guys. Okay, it was just like yes, 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 yes. I had nothing I could argue with. It was just the most fantastic read. I can't believe I only got it yesterday. When I got into it last night, I was fucked if I was going to be sleeping until I got my fill of this book. It was like, what am I reading, guys? I was like, so yeah, I went quite a bit into it. I got into 155. I skipped a lot of psychedelic stuff. Interesting number of pages. Look, 333. Anyway, the art of drawing lightning from clouds. Whatever do they mean? Medals and traditions to indicate the existence of art and antiquity disguised. Well, we just read that anyway. So, of all scourges that alarm men for the preservation of their wealth and their lives, the most fearful, although perhaps the least destructive, is thunder. The fiery clouds and roaring winds and shaking earth and dazzling lightning. Long peals of rolling thunder or suddenly a frightful crash, presaging the fall of celestial fire, redoubled in the distance of mountain echoes. Oh, have you heard that? And all are conductive in producing terror. That even frequent repetition of these phenomena does not at all familiarize us with them, nor lessen the alarm of their multitude. Realizing everything that poetic imagination can picture and the menaces threatened by the priesthood who have this tech, they are the most imposing of the signs of divine wrath. And in addition, the most present and ignorant direct feeling that heaven is warring against earth. Trembling man will supplicate the gods and appeal to the privilege of the mortals. So, without reading it all, it goes into electricity and the ancients. And at first sight, it seems absurd to admit such a supposition, for we are aware how little we know the ancients in general acquainted with electricity. But Horse of Tiberius of Rhodes, we are told, it threw off sparks and strongly rubbed when he strongly rubbed his hands. Static electricity, guys. And the other horse is mentioned for being endowed with the same facility, so chucking off sparks. And that is supposed to be Tiberius. They talk about a lot of Romans having a lot of electromagnetic stuff. And the father of Froderick had many others and had been observed it on his own bodies. So, like St. Elmo's fire on the mast of ships. Okay, thought to be supernatural events, but actually static electricity. And then it goes into the study then, because it's in the same time frame, 1771, as Benjamin Franklin. And he talks a little bit here and makes points of, pointed metallic rods should be raised at some feet on the highest point of any building, okay, to attract lightning. So that is the study of static electricity by Benjamin Franklin, which we've already know about, and that's more recent. But this guy's just dealing with the Etruscans as well, as we know to be the predecessors for the Romans, to be the Phoenicians, to be Slavic speaking by nature. And check this out. And attributed to the laurels that surrounded the temple of Apollo. So an electromagnetic field protecting the temple of Apollo from what they say were pure times of unbelievable electromagnetic disturbance, much more than today, because it was a post-reset society. So down by here also states that they basically they used in all ages fixed the naked sword on the mast of the vessel to avert a tempest. It was used also on a mast to use it as some sort of electromagnetic defense. So it was not really used as anything to do with stabbing. Further back in time, this was definitely tech. Okay. To close down, the windows, there were thunderstorms, for fear of allowing the evil spirit of God was then pursuing to enter. The evil spirit of God. That God was pursuing to enter. Oh, right, okay. This precept reminds us the belief not unfolding that the current of air, especially humid air, will attract some conduct in thunderstorms. They're talking about static electricity, guys. Okay, just absolutely unbelievable stuff. Okay, I could just go on about this forever. Of course, talks about superconductors. You know them steel balls we see, the globes. They're not talking about the globe. They're talking about globes on top of the roofs here, and they talk about them. Basically attracting clouds of electric fire covered in bristling hairs. Okay, and there's two types of this lightning. I think this one is Jupiter, and this one is, I think, Numa, from what I can make out. This guy's using sort of words to describe static electricity and lightning. Okay, but they literally produce it. They produce electrostatic charge, and they talk about batteries. I'm not even joking. Caligula, yeah, he had a weapon. Okay, evil Caligula, crazy bastard, and possesses lightning, two lightnings, and his voice of thunder, one not less fearful. He shot a stone towards heaven at the moment the lightning fell. A machine was not very complicated and yet suffice to produce the effects so well suited to the vanity of the tyrant. So yeah, a thunderbolt came out, he pulled something out and a machine and shot it the fuck out. Okay, so like that's a Fasces. It has to be. It has to be. It's such a vast study of just mind-blowing information. I just need more time, guys. But like I said, I just pick up on what I got for you. Absolutely mind-blowing to think all of this is in this document. And from what from our perspective, guys, it's just like, what sorcery schools. So just like in Harry Potter, not that I've ever watched that shit, but I do, I have heard that it's supposed to be sorcery schools, isn't it? So these things going down in Europe, a lot of them were closed down. Strangers were sorcerers. They were escaped being massacred. And they were casting spells. And apparently this was like our culture, like this period of only 200 years ago, a little as 200 years ago, guys, was stooped in magic. People were practicing magic. And, advanced technology, highly advanced technology is magic. Okay, so they are just the most advanced technologies. Anyway, so spells. Anyway, for traversing the country and persuading the peasants that spells had been cast both on their cattle and themselves, it was not satisfied of extracting payment and taking the pretend spells and raising violent enmity. So they were like doing like, all shit's going to come down on you and cast spells on you with bad, like all your crops are going to die. I curse you and all of that's going down. Yeah, and there was one here in Paris, 1870, was also closed down. Sorcerers to be burned, even in that period. So maybe that was it. Maybe this, magic was going down to this extent in the past, guys, that they just got rid of them all, and now real magic is just like forbidden or something, But maybe not to them. The town spire had much scandalization by the circumstances that it had more deplorable from the character given to which by the position of those of whom it originated. Well, yeah, because they stole the churches and they're just church machines. So this guy is noticing exactly the same stuff, as ourselves. Just goes on and on, guys. He goes into experiments of Benjamin Franklin with static electricity, and he akins them to using that as an analogy for the technologies that they go on in the past. Rods of thunder, luminous flashes, destructive influence. We're talking about electromagnetic Fasces technology, guys. They're just not saying a machine with magnets. What the fuck else is it? Ovid. How many times do we mention Ovid? Dionysus, Bacchusite. If you go into the first chapter concerning psychedelics, they will tell you exactly what it is they were taking in Bacchusite affairs, in Bacchusite orgies, etc. A concoction, and they tell you what they were taking. There was a highly load of fucked upness. These people were just, if they're not people, were out of their fucking brains. All of them. In fact, I think the whole of Antiquity was off its nut. So the effects of lightning and thunder to be controlled. How do you think they controlled that, guys? How do you think you control lightning exactly? Well, you drew it down using resonators. So Solonius was a learned man, clever, and imitated lightning and the noise of thunderstorms, and who perished the victims of his dangerous experiments because they all got fucking torched. What is this? Condensing the electric fluid. When on the point of a fearful explosion, electric fluid. Electric fluid. So yeah, all of these places you see, like Mount Olympus in Greece, we've seen it looks completely melted. It's all in like what happened to it in this book. What happened to the whole of the classical world? It talks about the fall of Persia, talks about the fall of Carthage, talks about the fall of everywhere, and they all fall exactly the same way. They get melted, guys. They get fasces. Okay. The first inhabitants of Earth, he said, never carried fire to the altars, but their prayers they brought down the heavenly fire. So let's dig that for a second. So the first people of the earth, guys, okay, they didn't actually have like fire as such. They prayed or said something, a word maybe, a vibration, and heavenly fire came along for them. So like, you know, it's just like in the movies when you see these like super beings just conjuring up lightning. They're doing that shit. It's just the bonkersest things. I think I've ever read this. It's a brilliant study, though, guys. This guy's right on the money, and you know, I'm so grateful that I know exactly what the fuck he's saying. I really am. I'm like ready now. I don't think if I'd have read this years ago, I'd have made head or tail to me. But now, yeah, wow. So. Points would act as conductors. Let's see this. At the roof, communicated with the caverns on the hills on the temple situated by means of pipes in connection with the gilding that covered the exterior of the building in consequence of the points that would act as conductors. Arr! Oh, I fucking love this think tank. It's just the best. Yeah, it's just the fucking best. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. So it goes on. I wonder if we've got anything about red mercury. So the Magi, you know, that went to visit Jesus. Don't worry too much about the myrrh next time. Well, it's almost magnet, isn't it? And it's magic. It's magic. They go into genies in here as well. It just goes into everything that we think about and talk about on Flat Earth British. Ka-ching is what I say. So let's find out what's in this bit. So yeah, this book will be shared at the end of this vlog. Okay, guys, I will put this in the descriptions box for you. We read that one for you to all enjoy. And I wouldn't mind if you all helped out with decoding this because there's so much in it. It's hard to even believe. Then you can write me an email. Okay, because I'll be really busy now this week. And tell me what it all fucking means. Oh, what did I timestamp this one? Sorry, my Brian's gone. It must be something really, really important because I timestamped everything that was important. Ooh, excuse me. Fuck me. I can't remember. I just read all that quick, but I still can't remember. Anyway, so the destruction of the Persian Empire, there you go, by the Greeks. Okay, interior and the nearly general massacre of the Magi. So like all of the Magi were getting executed after the death of Sirmidis might cause this important gap in the occult sciences known as the disciplines of Zoroaster. Okay, so we've looked into that as well. I've included it in my book. I've included it in a lot of vlogs. Also mentions Ovid. So a lot of the allegory in Ovid. So yeah, so all of these people we know of, Attila, the rest have all had electromagnetic weaponry, apparently. Does it explain the terrible power of hurtling lightning upon the enemy? So again, hurtling lightning upon the enemy, okay, by two Etruscan magicians pretended to possess at the time of Attila the Hun. So, like again, Etruscans, previous to Rome, Romulus and Remus supposed to be from the Etruscan Empire. I can't see a difference between any of them, if I'm honest with you. Any of the classical worlds, all of the same. Never changed one iota in thousands of years, apparently. Okay, but I think it was all very, very recent. So miraculous rain as well. Yeah, that's another thing that goes into, excuse me, is weather manipulation as well. There's an entire chapter on how they interact and with weather and make weather, guys, as well as gather electrostatic charge, utilize basically everything we talk about. Okay, phosphorescent substances. This one is things that illuminate. Stuff that, like, they got Greek fire in here, and I thought that, like, the secret of Greek fire was gone, but they talk about it quite a lot in here. They got Greek fire there. This fire rediscovered after attempts in Persia, Herodostan. An exhaustible fire was used. Now, we talk about that, don't we? The Phoenicians talk about the ever-burning lamp. So apparently, underground in these places or wherever, the Phoenicians have lamps that just ignite and last for, like, literally an eternity, like an epoch. Yeah, and that's why the Phoenicians always got these pots all over their antiquity, all over their architecture, which show you these flames coming out. These are the everlasting lamps, which they talk about in here. Okay, so do dig in. Oh, Druids there extended the power rules, resources, and the science. Now, we did pick up on a previous book in the past, guys, that the Phoenicians got hold of Tartarian alchemy, good alchemy, and they turned it bad. They turned it bad. You know, with the spells, they changed the language, as we know, and that's a biggie. Our thoughts, the whole con of this paradigm, guys, basically, because in the, you know, the Tartarian consciousness that's happening, and we realize what this place was and how much we've been epically robbed. But once you envision it, it's going to make it come back. It's going to make it come back, guys. All of that. Phoenicia is gone. It's done. Evil. So, next subject. I got 619 of you watching. Welcome to Flat Earth British. Please make sure to share this show, if you would. Be so kind. And we're going to think about the air travel now, okay, of the Tartarian Empire. These things you'll see all over Christendom, won't you? Get them in New York, get them in Birmingham, get them in Rome, you get them in... That one's pretty good, but they all got doors at the bottom, okay? They all got doors at the bottom. So did they go underground? Well, no, they all go up. So I wonder if this explains a lot of the chimneys in Britain as well. That one's in London there. Okay. And what you get at the top, guys, is you get the same thing here on all of them. Is this gantry? Is this gantry? And these you will see on all lead atlases, and you will see them all over the far off antiquity and in the classical world. Is it conceivable that an air balloon came here, coupled onto the thing that would have been here, everyone just steps off, gets into a spiral staircase or even an elevator, and steps out into a different city? Are these landing platforms? They are pretty big. I'm guessing the statue's a replacement. Again, with the laurel leaves. We know what that is now. It's an electromagnetic field, chick. And your wings are open. Electric charge. Everything, eagle, wings open, on a head. We know what this is. Well, we know. We knew from the Holy Grail of a Flat Earth book. But I mean, you know, to this book to just corroborate everything is just fantastic. Okay. So could they step off and then walk down, because these things are hollow inside? Some of them got spiral staircases. Little window there. Step off. I think that they could easily do that. And there they are, look, inside. And they have viewing platforms and spiral staircases that take you all the way down to that door. So they did do it in, I guess, the late Victorian era. They were using zeppelins, which would couple up onto the top moorings of Empire State Building, buildings in loads of major American cities, and well, I guess the Eiffel Tower as well. And they would just, put a ladder out and everyone would step out onto the platform. So it makes perfect sense to me that they were doing it way further back than we initially thought. Like even in the classical world, these have been anomalous for the longest time, guys, but they all share this thing, the platform, which they say is a viewing platform, and it could well be for this. I don't see much difference myself. Do you? So just Tartarians, we're going right back here. We're talking about what is the existence of the classical world in our city centres. These, Nelson's Column in Trafalgar Square, or there's another one of them in Dublin, another Nelson's Column. Okay, step off and go down the tower, and that would be the way you deliver your people to a different city. In even as far off as the classical world, which ended in what we think was the post-Renaissance period after a massive reset. So they did it that high up, and then it gives you, if the wind's blowing, this thing can circle. So, it's on some sort of pivot. And then you've got like the gantry going all the way around, so it don't drag the ladder. You're going to put it down in different places. And down inside and down to the ground, delivered into the city from wherever. And there's an airship tower in more modern period. So they were doing them in the past. They were doing them in the classical world. Exactly the same scenario, the spiral staircase, the very, very high tower, and the landing platforms. And that is, exactly the same as what we see in the classical world, isn't it? So there's one from the Roman world, as opposed to one they were using in relatively recent days. It's no different. So they were using balloons way further back, guys. It's that far back. The classical world. All of them got doors. And all of them stepped out straight into the city. And you can do like, they do refueling in midair. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Somebody just shared something called the Hindenburg Melt. Thanks. And you can have refueling across the, the ocean. These things, they only went like a few foot off the, say, if you've done the Atlantic Ocean, this high. It must have been lovely to travel. It really must. So also the domes of some famous cathedrals, like St. Paul's Cathedral, also have some sort of what they would call a viewing platform, spiral staircases down into the dome. So they could have also been used as these landing platforms. They're everywhere. This one's just out on a remote island near New York. Anomalous, just this giant fucking tower with a landing platform. There is close up. It's quite a big landing platform. Got Phoenicians on it, so we're looking at the classical world at least. And there. Drop them off absolutely anywhere. And that was the transport. Much better than the planes of today. And these things as well. Now, there's a guy on British telly years ago. I'm not sure if Americans have seen him. He was like a famous lumberjack. And Fred Dibner. And he was insane, actually. He had no fear. He would climb up these ladders. He would put scaffolding up in the air on his own, and he would lean out here and climb up there like a guy in his 50s. He was just like fearless. He's absolutely fearless. But they took all of these down in the north of England, and they said they were all for like mills and stuff. There was one local to me as well when I was young. They took down, and I always thought like there was something else going on with it. Yeah. Just platforms, anomalous chimney stacks, which they'll just say, oh, it can't be something to do with that works over there. It's all closed down now. We don't know. So that was the way it should be, because them aircrafts, they're ripping everyone off on the fucking jet fuel scam for a start off. So everyone's getting skanked. And planes just like can blow up, or you can get one taken out by a pissy mujahideen. Or like equally, you could just sit there and think, oh, wouldn't it be fucking brilliant if this plane just crashed like you do? And it crashed. Everyone got burned and die. You're not going to get that shit, yeah? With a fucking balloon. Yeah, unless you're on the Hindenburg. But everyone walked off anyway. So here's an old map of London, and they got them there as well. So can you imagine Bloom coming in, dropping them off, central London? It makes perfect sense to me. They had them as, you know, as on photograph in like 1900 and a little bit earlier. So why wouldn't they doing it like way before? Well, they were. Of course they were. So the Hindenburg was a monster, wasn't it? Absolutely massive. But it was all okay. And the captain never went down with his vessel. He actually stepped off, all in flames. Hardly anyone fucking died. And there's the wheelhouse, which is really funky on a. I would love to go in a wheelhouse on a air balloon. If it looked like that, my little eyes would bug out, right, and stuff. And there you are. Just drop them off anywhere. All you need is a tower and a landing platform for this thing to swivel, and a gantry for the ladder that comes out. No problemo. New York City, across the Atlantic, Norway as well. There you are, out in the middle of nowhere, Norway. And the American military there, the American Air Force, they knocked up a big tower here. Where's that one? It's Los Angeles. So they got a big tower in Los Angeles. They had them everywhere. There's another one, US Air Force. Everyone just drops off in the tower and comes down. And that's how they get them down. Because the balloon can't actually hit the floor or anything like that. Because it's all, as you can see, all this underneath. Because it's all squashed, wouldn't it? And then it is coming to dock on the very anomalous building that is the Empire State Building. And there's Zeppelin just moving off there in Antiquity behind the building. Could have easily docked on that one as well. As long as there's room for it to swivel, step off, down into these towers. So even them towers in Antiquity would have been okay for doing it. And you get anomalous towers on top of tower blocks as well. Maybe even them. You know, like taxis just dropping off. What about the Capitol building? Yeah, that's got an anomalous statue. That's got a gantry and an observation tower, and it's circular. Maybe just in the past, the original, because I think this building's definitely older than they're saying, classical even. I know about the photographs of 1865 and the story of the roof, but there's the fucking things there again. Oh, it's there already. They just tarted this up. Capitol building. Same with the White House. And, you know, to the extent that they did this shit, look at the size of these things. The mooring tower, ginormous, down to what looks like a railway station from Antiquity, doesn't it? Because that was probably the case in a lot of places. They had air stations. Air stations. And one of the largest airships ever, Graf Zeppelin, flying over London town. And I posted a couple of years ago on The Greatest Secret Never Told. If you don't know about The Greatest Secret Never Told, watch it. It's absolutely fantastic. 5.5 hours of brain splat. But I posted that in World War One, they stated that they were when the Zeppelins attacked Paris, they were shooting them out of the air using electrical fasces, is what they stated. So yeah, they were using fasces to get them. Is that Yarmouth? Yarmouth? Oh, it's Great Yarmouth. I used to dock on this quay by here, Nelson's Quay, 1915. What about all cathedrals as well? I bet they could take the capacity for a balloon, maybe high up. Also, you know, multi-functional energy gathering and everything else. Look at the technology that was going down in this past, guys, compared to now. Wow. There again, even in Penesiat of old Rome, door, tower, observation platform, no problem. Well, this one, this is in Berlin, World War II. They left it a fuck alone. The whole of Berlin got like splattered, but they managed to leave that alone. Like not even bugged it. Still there in the modern day. And they got Nelson's Pillar in Dublin, which is like Nelson's Column. Exactly the same affair. Big old Greco-Romano looking and observation platform. So that would have been Dublin Central Air Station. So The roads were wide and broad, I guess, so you could fit a balloon down them. Okay. So what about the buildings themselves? Well, they look electrified in this picture. Now, fully Antiquutech. So let's have a think about it. Now, when you go into these big Tatarian houses, especially in my city, anywhere really, you find that they got really high ceilings. They got in the big places like stately homes, etc. They had no real staircases. They had replacements later. They had big open halls. Okay, were we flying around these buildings? The Phoenician architecture shows us that we were flying. So were we in water? Were we submerged? Were we swimming from room to room? Is that why we didn't need a toilet? Were we flying? I envision a hall of mirrors in Fasces, and I've always wondered about that hall. I can just see just flying down there and taking a left and taking a right. You no need for stairs. Were we flying when we were in the golden age of Tartaria? And more? Yes, I would say all of that and more. Now, excuse me. This is a local hospital to me. In fact, it's in Wales and it's called Llandoch Hospital. Okay. It's supposed to be built in the 1930s. Only, again, when you look into the photographic record, the fucking thing is already there. Now, this hospital, okay, I don't like this hospital. It's fucking disgusting, is this hospital. So what has it done? Well, they finished off my mother. They mangled my missus's insides. And what else did they do? Well, they've just been general just shits my entire life, this hospitals. Oh, my son was born in there. So that's one good thing. Okay. But when you look at the picture of Llandoch Hospital, you get this. In the building, even in the very early ones, when it's supposed to be being built, is you got this big fuck off tower. Now, I'll tell you something about this hospital, guys, right? It's on the highest point of land above Cardiff. The vistas from here, all you see is Cardiff below. It's right on the highest peak around. And its name is Llandoch, right? It's spelt. But really, we pronounce it Llandoch. Llandoch. Is that what this place was originally? A land dock. Well, it's not a dock for ships because it's not that near to the sea, you see. What about an air dock? This tower is massive. You can see it everywhere in the city, okay? And I just can imagine the balloons coming in. Look at all the windows. I know it's a small image, but we could look at a bigger one a bit later. So balloon coming in, and then this may be some sort of hotel. Maybe they brought arrivals in and stored them in these places using balloons from other places. How did the Wizard of Oz get to Oz? In a balloon, wasn't it? In a twister. Hmm? So yeah, it's a shitty place, like, but yeah, I think it was there before. I think this thing is a lot older. This is the oldest one. I was like, well, looking at the cottages. No, there's it up on the hill. It's fucking there again. I can't find anything of it just not there. So it's a big Edwardian hospital, but the tower is absolutely massive. There it is. You can see it from everywhere in the city, and it has windows all down the side. I've always wondered about it. So I'm thinking Llandoch means land dock, and I think that, because it's on the top of the hill, was some sort of like airport for airships, and not a hospital at all. It's right in the centre of this massive tower. There's no fucking good reason for it whatsoever. There is again. There is again. Massive. So that's a little bit of local investigation. I think that might be the case. Now, let's have a think about Goya, man. He's trippy, isn't he? You know about Goya? Well, he's a bit of a genius guy. Spanish. Lived around the time of the reset of 1811-ish. Okay, and he sort of documents it too. If you look into him, the guy was a cultist, into hidden knowledge. Seems he was a truther. Seems that he was telling us a lot of truth in his artworks through allegory and clues. Well, I'll take a look at a few of them now and see what was out of his Brian. Okay, is that Blake? No, that's him. So this is, I guess, sort of the Blake idea is Kronos munching on humans. We'll see some more of that later on. Like I said, the elites, they ain't us, and they go nuts on us. And I think strange meat is more popular than you might imagine. But the old hag, people mention that, don't they? Used to go on about it all the time on Coast to Coast, did they not? People falling into that state of consciousness and not consciousness when all that shit's going down, and then you find something sitting on your chest. I think things fuck with us, spirits fuck with us in the night. I had an auntie, she's dead now, but she swore that she was like Carla Moran in the Entity. She swore she was like basically raped by ghosts, like literally fucking violated in the night by fucking spirits who were pinning her to the bed. Nobody there, and she swore that was the case. Yeah, and I've heard other people saying the same thing as well. So like in Carla Moran, the lady in the Entity movie, I think that shit goes down apparently because I've got an experience that somebody told me about it in my real life. So look at this place. Look, Goya, City of Rock. I like his the way he paints, but check this out. You see quite a lot of this. He shows you like basically flying people. Are they wingsuits? Or are they people with wings, guys? Got some sort of battle going on. So yeah, he paints basically he was affected by the French occupation of Spain during the Napoleonic Wars and the French Revolution, and he found it intolerable. Goya, it made him proper mental. Apparently, I feel that he took a fuck ton of psychedelics. Look at that, guys. That's out of his dreams, by the way. Wow. Holy fuck. Excuse me. Please share the show out, guys, if you could. That would be wicked. And guess some more crowd overage. I hope everyone's happy in chat. Unconvinced about ghost sex. Well, Lee, I don't know. It's a really strange old realm, this. I'm not saying like I've had ghost sex or anything like Lee. I'm just saying like apparently it's a thing. Anyway, so this is supposed to be 1911. I find it fascinating. 1811, excuse me. There's a reset period. You got all like Napoleon traipsing across Russia. You got America being like properly wrecked by the New Madrid event. And then this giant, he's like, oh, fuck that. That's the last time I ever come here. Because he's gone. He's going. 1811. So maybe the giants were here till that period for the last reset 200 years ago. And then they're like, nah, fuck you. You're all spoiled. You all does my head in. You don't stop moaning. I'm out of here. You're no fun. So we also done elites, did Goya. And I bet you there's loads of clues with these. She's got a big mole on her head. That's horrible. See, if I was talking to her, and then somebody said, don't stare at a mole, I would just be like mouth open, staring at a mole. It's like, you're fucking staring at a mole, man. No, I'm not. You are, and your mouth's open. It's not. Because, like, I'm like that. Check these. This is out of his dreams. Yeah? Have you ever had a date like that? So, Moxie, that's your girlfriend, that is. So, if you don't understand, that's a flat earth tradition that we do here. I don't know why you're laughing, Squirrel. And Lee, because you're a jellyfish and you've never actually touched your wife, that's your girlfriend, that is. Oh, yeah, jellyfish. And he also does like, oh, that's what they are. They got wings tied on. They've nailed it. No problem. No. Why you got to put a duck head on? Disguised as birds. So, yeah, apparently in Goya's time, this is a thing. And they get around as well. He's Spanish, so they does that stupid shit with tomatoes, but they also does that stupid shit with, oh, I know, we'll have a bull run down the road and fucking hurt us all, which they do in Spanish land for some reason, because it's weird. And I wish they'd leave bulls alone. In fact, bulls are going to get their own back one day for all that terrible shit that went down with fucking I always rant about bullfighting. Why does that bug me so bad? I want the bull to chase that gay guy with the fucking suit on, like the Dorito, the Dorito around, and fucking stab him with swords. Mongrel. So yeah, she's laying down, jugs out. What's going on? Is the Vatican involved anywhere? Yeah, you're burying her. She's not even dead. No, she's dead, mate. I promise you. She dead though. She looks dead. He's dominated patry and fuck off with that dog. I better not be having any fucking religious funerals. Fuck all of that invocation-y shit. Well, even when I'm dead, I wouldn't be having that. I would like literally fucking come back pissy. So yeah, executions. If the French executing stroppy Spanish for not wanting to be French, and dunces. So this has been going on a long time where they put this dunce hat on people. Also, Mel mentioned once the adult as well. It's not a name, a phrase we should use, because what they're saying is we adults, adult, as in adult. So we're calling ourselves adult, grown up, and we're fucking stupid. Oh, thanks. Have you got anything else you can call us? Grown up. All right. Not even that. I don't even feel grown up. I feel the same as ever. I don't think it should be given like fucking labels. So she's getting owled out. The cat's not even bothered. These are birds, cats. Do your fucking job. Are they all owls? No, there's some battage going on. So he's having a bad dream, or she is, or he is. And then he starts tripping his tits off. Yeah. Yeah. He's tripping balls right now. He's having a Brian explosion. And he's seeing all this go down. Well, that's quite good. He Goya's literally managed to draw a trip or a dream. But it's a trippy dream anyway, no matter what. But this is a trippy vlog, so we're going to say that anyway. So yeah, that's brilliant. Don't fucking get on a donkey. Carry your donkey. 50-50. The donkey carries you tomorrow. I think that's fair. Do you think that's fair? Okay, we'll have a vote on that later. Right, I don't know what's going on here. Some lady just turns up with a sheet on, oh man. And the kids look like fucking not well compared to their mother. And they're like, get me the fuck away. She's like legging it. I don't know. They're weird. They look like Chucky and Bride. And here he is, Goya. I don't know whether you noticed. He's a midget. He could kick himself in the forehead, no problem, and knock himself out. Sorry. I just envisioning him kicking himself in the forehead. Have you ever seen little people do that? It's cruel. I stop that man. There he is, Goya. He's not a midget. He's a fucking hippie. Yeah. Okay, he's like an underdeveloped Picasso. And there's another giant. Okay, taking a dump on the horizon. I should do making mountains. That's what mountains are. You know that volcano in La Palma? It's mountain poo. It's a giant poo. I was watching it last night, a live feed, while I was basically going through this book, and it's not a really good eruption, isn't it? You want like a nice big bang and rip half the islands apart, yeah. But no, it's just like spurts of, lava and stuff. But we are definitely in the school of thought that these are mining spoils anyway. And like with a compost heap, you leave that fucker for ages, it gets boiling hot inside. And then eventually you get a little bit of fire going on. Oh yeah, compost heaps can actually ignite, guys. So it's the same sort of thing, isn't it? They just build up, time after time. That's Goya's woman mind. Yeah, I know. Ka-ching. There's Goya, self-portrait of him waving a stick at the enemy, saying, I've spat in your general direction, in a Spanish accent. I can't do Spanish. Fato in your general. That's French again. So there you are. The French are really stroppy. They just hang every bastard. Napoleon was a fucker, wasn't he? Huh? If he was real, which I doubt. Are these floating? Right, let's try and This is another one of his trippy dreams, isn't it? Okay, I can't really decipher that, but look into the trees. They are giants, aren't they? They're floating. Giants. Yes. And dancing witches. Maybe. They look a bit witchy. They're all witches anyway. All of them witches. That's the thing that's happening. No. She's playing the castanets. Oh, I could do your head right in with a pair of castanets. This is a Hogarth. I know this picture. That's from London. That's a Hogarth. I don't know what that's doing there because it's not a Goya. So yeah, Chuck, that's what they did with the cat. Do you think that's nice? Let's play with the cat. Well, the cat looks way happy, guys. So I guess it is. And this is the way they camped out in the past then. You have a big red cape. Okay. And you have a fire pit. But it's like in a nice brown one as well. Take a book, will you? Keep warm. It's not bad, is it, guys? Yeah, I know. And what is it with people doing a circle dance? No matter what culture, if you it's blind man's birth thing. But if you do dance around in a circle, you all get the same toroidal energies. Same with people all singing together as well. There's just such a buzz about it, isn't it? Thousands and thousands of people singing in chorus. But it'd have to be a really good song, not like football chants, because that's shit. Yeah, he's got bat ears. I slapped you in the face. So I'm not sure what's going on with this guy. He's like, fuck me, I'm tripping. My hand's got massive, guys. Look, it's even got like a fork. Nah, it's a bit missing. So he's drinking something that's really messed him up. Don't know. What about these then? These are the witches out of his dream. One of them's got a bat on her head. One of them's like, the celestial host. He's dropping what looks like maybe a penis and bollocks out of the sky. No, might not be. She's doing voodoo on a baby doll, a little effigy, as you do. And she's got a basket full of he's like, whammy, and baby. Whammy, and baby. So basically I think they're gonna munch on them later. Lady with a owl head. And she's like singing some shit. So yeah. Wax effigies. Burn my wax effigy. No, don't. And that one's like mud flood, basically. He's just like, I'm licking the ground. Spurs going down. So Goya's like really trippy. But it's a good, vision of 200 years ago. Yeah, are you feeling all right, Arnie? Yes, I'm feeling very well. But you did have the jab, though, Arnie, didn't you? No. Fuck your freedom. Follow me. To the helicopter. Have you put all like the horse and your wife and everything else on the fire, though, Arnie? Have you? You're proper mental, though, aren't you? Me? No, I bump an iron. Fucking hell. So yeah, also like French, dead man, alive man, no arm, up a tree. Explain it. Is he alive? Is he dead? I don't know. Maybe we should just not worry about that. And the city of Salamanca. I'm making that up. I just guessed, but I think it is actually. And in the old days, guys, what you did. So say you was going like you're in the American Civil War. Oh, we're having a big battle. It's called the Battle of Bull Run. Oh, really? Battle of Manassas? Yeah, it's fantastic. Get your Surrey, get your missus, get a picnic basket. We're all going to watch 10,000 men get their heads blown off on a Saturday afternoon. Really? Yeah, it's just like the movies, but only ultra HD because it's real. Oh, okay. And that's what they did. And they did the same thing here at this period. It's like, we'll just have a glass of wine. We'll watch the artillery pummel the city, and we'll all have a big fucking battle. No problem. But they all get a bit like, basically, sometimes the artillery lands in all of these elites doing the battle-y thing. Just goes to show how much bullshit it all is anyway, battles. So we're going to have a little giggle now, guys. There's 719 of you watching on Flat Earth British Mountain League channel. Hope everybody's happy in chat. Are you? Are you? Okay. So yeah, I explained on my last post, some people said they were sick. Well, I say don't eat so much cake. And anyway, I won't be making any more birthday cakes because I'm not really allowed. And I was never asked to make birthday cake ever again. I thought this exhibited great creativity. What is he saying? He says something. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Yeah, Matt, it says you're a fucking mentalist. No, it says that I'm genius. Look, come on, guys. I appreciate my abilities occasionally. Okay, right. You ready? Is anybody there, or am I on my own? Okay, then. Early Butlins. All right. Yes, I am still a virgin. Oral and anal don't count, right? By Virginia Watt. Ooh, I don't know about this. We'll have to have a little think. Not too deeply, though. So, guys, have you ever been out on a date? Yeah, first date maybe. Yeah. And have the chick ever said that to you? Yeah, I'm still a virgin. Oral and anal don't count, right? So what would you do? Would you A, leg it, or B, think ka-ching? Right, let's move on. Fuck! Where did that dragon go? I swear it was just you, complete with wings and shit. Fuck! Listen, mate, when you go dragon killing, there's no hesitating. You just fucking have it. Let's think right behind you. Don't worry, you'll find out. Or not. Take my penis. I take one everywhere. I take my penis. Yeah, I do too. It's on holiday at the moment. Yeah, he takes his penis in. Oh, I think that might be a con. Why do they call them condoms? Is it because they're trying to say the bell end's like a dome and you con it? Yeah. Yeah. You could just fuck up their reset and their depopulation, go around putting pins in the ends of all the condoms on Earth. Well, I mean, bro. If you suspect your child has rabies, don't hesitate to shoot. Okay, it could save your life. Now, that could happen, guys. Your kid could just literally start foaming in the mouth, come across the floor, 90 fucking miles an hour, like that, right? And fucking just go for your throat. What are you going to do? Just going to say, you better be prepared for rabies, guys, if it hits. Sell me Armageddon, always goes rabid. Liedtke book, A Family Life. Some grandmas are evil. Stop wriggling, you little shit. I had that. I used to have to be bathed in a steel bin in front of my coal fire. I ain't even joking. Okay. And my mother would have to warm the water in kettles on the gas cooker in the kitchen. So she would come in, pour it over me, like boiling water, and I'd be like, I literally screaming in agony, actually, too hot, too hot, too hot, too hot, too hot. She'd go out and get a sauce kettle like this one, cold water, and pour that on me, and I would be too cold, too cold, too cold. It would never be in between. So she would freeze me or scorch me and do that fucking shit on my ears. Yeah, just like, what's mental? So quarantine edition, Barbie non-essential worker. So is that what happened, guys, when they were home all day? Is it they just got into Botox, fake suntans, trying on underwear, taking loads and loads of selfies of them trying on their underwear, drinking tons of wine, and just acting obviously not saying that all because they're on fucking wine. Huh? I think that's what happens with all people who stayed home generally in the lockdown population, alcoholic society of stupid fat masked. Ooh. Jane understood now why some animals choose to eat their young. So yeah, some they haven't got a problem with his son animals. It's just like, fucker, you just carry on. I'm gonna fucking eat you. So in Wales, we have great taste, as you can see, right? We have due appreciation for sheep. So if we go out to take photographs or do sheep appreciation, nothing else going on, obviously. What are you trying to say? Anyway, we go color coordinated. So it's a rare kind of Welsh plaid or tartan, if you like, but we dress our sheep the same way. So basically, it looks like nothing's going on, and we're quite camouflaged. We sort of meld in together. I guess we could say blend. We blend well with the sheep. Yeah, look at this one's got dazzle paint on. No one would know anything was going on. Not that anything is going on. Just saying, with a sheep. Growing up in the 80s, before all you pussies took over. Not you, them. Okay. So that it was loads of bongs, a can of light, yeah, 2 fuck ton of acid tabs, yeah. And I was like, whoa, I'm 10, but I've got 3 hairs on my armpit. So what? Anyway, doesn't matter what age you're getting fucked up. If you are a star of a story, please join our suicide cult by Fred Graver. Oh, no. Well, we're all dead, see. That wouldn't be no fun because we'd be like double dead then. How can that work? No. Skegness is fucking shit. Now, I want to verify this with my own Brian and my own eyes. So, Melage, is Skegness shit? Tell me now, tell us all now, 700 odd people on chat. Is Skeggy shit? Is Skeggy shit? I haven't been there, so I want to go there. Just saying. She was just a bored suburban housewife until her tennis coach taught her how to swing and serve balls by tiebreaker. Yeah, I never had that poster of that tennis bird scratching her ass, walking away. You probably don't know what poster I'm on about, do you guys? Of course you don't. The Ladybird book of knock him out with cabbage fats. Yeah, also protein drinks can be lethal as well. If you sort of bend over to pick something up, you can easily squeeze one out and knock someone out. Alternatively, you could contact the Russians or maybe the Syrians at this point and tell them you have highly toxic cabbage fats. They're bottling it up. They give you loads of money. They'll swap it for dope. They'll swap it weight for weight. Cabbage fats for dope. I might not be true. This is 5,000 times sexier than twerking. Now I'm going to pretend that I know what twerking is. Is it something sexual? What is it? Maybe you all can explain to me later. Guys, this isn't funny. Open the door. Yeah, you could open the door and he goes to get in and then start fucking submerging again and keep doing it over and over like that trick he does when somebody's going to get in the car and you pulls away. No, come on, you've never done that to anyone, have you? Yeah. And then they come up again and it's like, oh, it's all over. And they go to open the car door and then you pull away again. You've ever done that? Of course you have. You ever had it done to you? Yeah, I know they have. Everyone have. They're doing it to him with a submarine, so it's just like a bad version, really. This is romantic and actually genius. Fuck you. Yeah, he thought he was in with a chance, guys. He thought, fuck me, that cost me all that, but I definitely have my all next time. Anyway, easy to use slang words. Pimp, cock, poke, vag, fist, ing, tits, penis. The Ladybird book of keywords. Now, you may want to remember them. Write them down. They'll come on later. Might be handy later in life. One or two of them, or maybe all of them. Dude, you push me in the fucking river. Bitch, please. Yeah, well, this is the thing, see, it's just like, bitch, what you fucking want already? There was nothing she liked more than a fine, upright cock. Come sit here and we can compare our cocks. Hey, flat side, stop that. That's naughty. Right. Whitslip, are you there, God? Oh, I thought you were Jessica masturbating, but it was just Grandma stirring a pot of shells and cheese. I shouldn't do this live. I shouldn't do this live. Sorry. Oh, fuck me. Oh, the grass needs mowing. She wondered if it was a metaphor for fanny trimming. Fanny trim. Test. OCDC, one of my favorite bands ever. A whole lot of woozy. No offense to anyone who's got OCDC relatives. I have. I'm OCDC a little bit myself. Only I won't put all my books into alphabetical order because that would be proper mental. La 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 la. Go fuck yourself. Indeed. Any carol singers, although in this day and age, I think they'd probably be a lot welcome. Yeah. Oh, coming in. This day and age, maybe, but I think you should just chuck a bucket of piss over them. They never sing carols correctly. And I always thought it was creepy. And I used to, actually, I've only once or twice stood there listening to carol singers. I thought it was the stupidest thing in reality. It's like, fuck off already. Do you know anarchy in the UK? What? While angels watch their flocks by night and watching ITV, the angel of the Lord came down and switched to BBC. Sort of shit going down. There's nothing more annoying. Ugh. Thanos, perfectly balanced breakfast. Indeed, Thanos, you're doing a killer job. Only about 30% more to go, and half of the entire universe is dead. Get on with it already. This is boring. Now with marshmallows and infinity stones. Marcy never quite got over the day they took her card catalogue away. Indeed, indeed. And my mother never got over it. Oh, we had a thing in Britain. You don't know about this in America land. Let me put you wise. We had a thing called green shield stamps. I know you don't understand those words I just said. I'll say them again. Green shield stamps. You get them at petrol stations. If you buy a fuck ton of food, you get about 300. So my mother used to have like literally a suitcase full of these books of green shield stamps. Drag us all to town to the green shield stamp shop. Queue all fucking day in freezing cold, bucket down rain. Go into the worst piss poor store that doesn't sell anything, by the way. And it's like a fairground ride when you actually win the worst item. Okay, so she has a suitcase full to win an electric blanket that broke down week 1. Okay, or you get a lamp for about 50 million green shield stamps. But nothing was for free back then, and we were all skint, so it was fucking epic. You're eating a pony. Okay, Dickman's horse fat spread. Now, have any of you ate a horse? I have. I'm embarrassed to admit I have, but I did it like basically willingly. I was starving. And when I was in the merchant navy, if you notice that word, merchant, so it's sea, mer, and chant, the chant of the sea. Yeah, I was starving, and it was in Belgium, and there was only one place open, and I said I'm really, really hungry, and they come out with a plate, and there was a massive steak and some mushy peas. I was like. And they brought crusty bread. And as I started eating, I was like, oh, this is fucking lovely. Ooh, hang on a minute. This is fucking lovely. And when I asked them what it was, they said it was a horse. But it was too late because half of it was already gone. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, horse, as well. Okay. Confession over with. I repent. What does Rod Marsh do with his Vaseline petroleum jelly? I don't know who Rod Marsh is. Apparently, he's an Australian cricketer. So I guess he gets dry hands because he's a batter or baller or whatever. Why is that even funny? I don't know. Maybe somebody should have to explain that to me. Or don't. So this was an emoji printed only yesterday. I picked up on Instagram. If you are sneezing or coughing, okay, kindly put on your mask. Check out him. They do that on purpose, don't they? They're fucking evil, aren't they? You know it. No words. Okay. That was filthy, degrading, and crude. Can you do it again sometime? By Justin Quick. His face. What's wrong? What's wrong with this realm? Me. This mud can go fuck itself, magazine. Yeah, mud flood sucks. Look, he's got rockets on. He still can't get out. I bet I'd get out with rockets. I'd have them right, probably strategically positioned. Take off vertically, mate. Fucking harrier that shit out of there. Let's scorch this sludge. So yeah, it's a book about mud flood, and it's a book about how to survive mud flood using rockets and a green truck. You've learned a lot here today, haven't you guys? Yeah, I know. Down in the valley of the jolly green giant lives a big green fucker who grew up with a corn. And he's a thieving bastard, guys. Like, he's supposed to be checking that out like the way Del Monte does with his pineapples. He's not checking shit out. He's fucking stealing chips. And he can steal the peas because there is. He grows them. But look, he's pretending he cares. Yeah? That fucker's green. That fucker's evil. I'm telling you now, guys. I'm sorry. Finger vibrator. I don't know if it ever took off, but it was to massage your neck maybe, or if you have pyorrhea, soft irritating gums. Oh, right. So if you've got basically if you're teething, maybe you can put that vibrating finger in. What? I just say it's a good idea. What's the matter with you all? Oh, come on, Nukes, really? This is an intellectual, isn't it? Yeah, obviously fucking stupid, aren't they? You don't believe it either. Where's no proof, is there? Taking magic mushrooms for the first time, Ladybug. Oh, yeah, I remember my first time. Fucking hell, do I? It was fantastic, actually. It was Form 1 of high school, so I was like 12, maybe 13. We all went on the Mitch in the morning, me and my little gang of mates, over the fields. Picked a fuck ton of mushrooms, ate them, and then when we got to the dinner canteen, dinner time, we were in a terrible fucking state. I was. My dinner was like 3-dimensional, moving all over the place, and there's the teachers over by there, and I'm like, oh, fuck me. I'm like, we're all in such a mess, and try not to laugh and everything else. Anyway, so we obviously couldn't go into lessons. We struggled through with the rest of the day in hysterical laughter. Then we had to go home then to our mothers and families. We were all there brief. We met up later. Probably laughed for the next day hysterically. We had a terrible, terrible hysterical laughing time. But fantastic memory. We did it many, many times after that. Yeah. In fact, I was tripping most of the time in school and since. Oh, now, I'm coming back. Having fun. 770 people watching. What? What they say? Anyway, never had magic mushrooms. Well, in the words of Fasces are still wonky. In the words of Terence McKenna, okay, go be dying, okay, without ever having any psychedelics. It's like dying without ever having sex. Okay, it's shit. Two best things in the realm. Eh? Even better, both at the same time. Loving a miss. Corey McPherson, Mo Sampson, Squirrel Sniper Age. My first reading book. Yeah, same year, mate. We picked up on the same stuff, didn't we? I was on Rainbow Book 4 really early. My first ever proper novel was Alexandre Dumas' Three Musketeers. I love that book. Fucking D'Artagnan, that shit right up, guys. Simozia, Bruce, I don't know what that is. Drake, Dragon Sage. Drake. you are renamed Drake Sage. Esley, I think Nukes, well, no, if they add them, it's just bullshit. Don't worry about it. It never happens. Welsh mushrooms are epic, Gary Feltham says. Yeah, they just grow you everywhere. I should go out one day and have a look before the frost comes. Vibba, it's busy and I got to go away and do convention now next week. Marcel Vander Birch, psilocybin indeed. King Schnurgelgerson, the Viking. Well, I'm Estonian, so I'm actually from Viking extraction. It's King Schnurgelgerson. Could be relatives. Maybe not though. That's Estonian. Andy North, good to see you. Ooh, you've been around for years, you have, haven't you? What's that about Dave Chappelle? I think the same thing that happened to Dave Chappelle is happening to Martin. They got cloned. No, I'm exactly the same Martin. I just haven't got every fucker dying around me because they've already died. So I've had a lot of time to deal with, just basically think about myself for a change when I was basically giving up my life to looking after everybody else. So that's been the difference. Being able to look after myself and think about myself because I've had time to. That's the difference. And get it right. Corey. So they haven't cloned me. I'm unclonable. I do shit. Do you think they could pull this shit off with a clone thing go down? Huh? I haven't said that though, guys. I think I may be cloned. This version's much better. Anyway, what are you fucking moaning about? Fucking hell, you can't have it all fucking ways, can you? That's what that woman just said. Higher state of consciousness, cow fields. That's where, because it keeps the grass down, don't they? The cows. So that's the best place. I goes to a pylon field. The electric bring them on as well. pylons going through the field. But he put a bull in the field, the farmer, to keep people out from picking a few years back. So I don't know what's going on now. What? Where am I right now? Lee, don't even worry about it, mate. Just look at that. See that? That's not me. That's you, that is. Oh, silly goose bear. So, Mel, are you here? Could you just talk into chat? Mo Sampson. 17 Joy. Good to see you, Joy, my friend. Hippie shake. Do the hippie shake. Anyone ever said that to you before, hippie shake? No, because you had this really long, weird name I couldn't pronounce, and you changed it to hippie shake just for me, didn't you? I know. Squirrels. For fuck's sake, your language is worse than mine. Oh, there she is. A big green bastard. Down in the valley of the jolly green giant lives a big green bastard who grew up with a corn. Broccoli man. Exactly. You got bollocks made of broccoli. Darby Minister. Say some stupid shit. Debbie Bryan. You sure that's not Debbie Brain? Because my brain just changed it right round to Brian. This happens automatic. Yeah, it looks great. This we've changed like literally all of reality. Everyone will be speaking like Martinese in no time at all. Flat thumbing, fucking all that. Yeah. No distinctions between any bodies. We'll all just be like, not epic, non give a fuck brothers and sisters. It'd be fucking brilliant. Totally love this plan. Totally love the way it's working. Art Matters. I met Art up in the last convention. Jack the Giant Slayer. You should have just took the gold and fucked off. Alva Billy. I am Carios. Joe Man Gia. Where there is sadness, there is gladness. I don't know, mate. I don't do sadness. It's not cool, is it? Do you know what I think, don't you? I think fear and sadness and all that, it's for pussies. No, really, think about it. It's just like it's for pussies, isn't it? It's just like whimpering out alive. Them who are frightened to live is what? People are not frightened to die, they're frightened to fucking live. So, we'll have to go all that way. We'll have to do that. We'll have to... Back to sleep. Wishy-washy. Canademi. Anyway, some people are just not meant for the game. Some people were not born for the game for a start off. And it's really, really cool. Ralph. Good to see you, Ralph. Gary, Roscoe, Gian. Good to see you, my friend. Matt Pyman. Oh, that MC. And Twills in the outside, lovely. And Jennykins. And I am Carios. And Jay. And Zimmer. Ooh, what's that, Lee? Oh, OMFC. I don't know what that actually means. This is like I'm laughing my tits off or something language. CLOL. Yeah, that's room 101, that is. They're telling you. Yeah. Jay. They're telling you. Amy, Lane, LOL. Where did this show up from? And it was predictably programmed by the Illuminati. It's like 101. What room does Neo live in? What's his door number? 101. What day does his traffic license run out on? 9/11. I know. Now, concerning, I had a quiz in my last Flatterday show, right? I stated before the quiz when I said, "Can you name the hospital I live in?" Okay, but you can't do this contest if you're from Cardiff because it won't be fair because it's obvious. And the person who said the answer was born in Cardiff, so I was like, "Dude, didn't you listen to my instructione?" No, already. So he was like a decent chap and said, "Oh, all right, Matt, I won't send it." But I was quite happy to actually, but you know. Turn on your mind, relax, and float downstream. Twippy, innit? Anyway, so Sumac, good to see you. Stephen Dickinson and Taylor Michael Thompson is in the house as well. Carrie. Rosemary. Karen Dirt, my lovely friend. And Birmingham's guys. Is that Birmingham, Alabama? Let me know now, because I got some footage, pictures of Birmingham, Alabama. That are quite horrible, actually. Jabba Justice, Jade Foster, Frankie, good to see you. Rosemary. Now, I need a little drink, and I'm going to get back into some usage because time is flying by. Yeah. Rastafari, wagwan. I say that, but you're not a real Rasta, is you? Never had dreadlocks, and you ain't fucking black either. I was really disappointed. I thought I was going to have like proper Rasta turn up and do proper. And you wasn't, was you either? No, sort of like double bubble, wrong advertising, yo. Oh, it's all right. It was good. So all meant to be. Nothing happens that shouldn't happen. So Murdoch of the 12th is talking about Alexandra Grobobanov. I don't know. So I wonder what that UFO thing was. That's pretty good, isn't it? Alva Billy, Living Logos, wishy-washy. And Dean, aloha, Dean. Shrooms legal in Colorado. Well, if you're in a field and they're just under your feet and you just munch them, they can't really do much about that, can they? I think it's all dried and all that, but half the internet's fucking got them everywhere. They're everywhere. Don't know what's going on. It's all weird. Everything's weird. Nothing's the same because it's not the same place. It's an illusion, and we changed it. Plane drifter. It's easy to do as well. Easier than I thought. Shh. I'll show you by the next vlog. HK. Good to see you. Escoop. Marcel van der Bush. Always fun. Good. We aim to please. Now, I want some more stuff. Do you do stuff? Okay. Let's get on with some more then. Please do share this out. We have loads more to go on Flat Earth British Vlogage. So what we're going to look into now is some imagery from Antiquity. I'm going to fucking wonder what is going on. And this is the Hotel de Ville in Paris. Now, I've showed you this got burnt and got destroyed. But this is it apparently existing at this period here. You know, in between. So in the first part of the 1600s, apparently, or 600s. They've got landing platforms. They've got a gantry all the way around, up there, and no bells in there. But we have the watery theme of the Phoenicians pouring water out, which we know all about. It's very Munsterish, this one. But yeah, completely destroyed in 1871 in some sort of terrible event that has happened, which they attribute to, I just hit my ashtray everywhere, the Franco-Prussian War. So a lot of people are going to get this happen. So they're not chopping people's heads off in Paris at this time. It's on the old guillotine, is it? Okay. So there's a load of people turning up. And what is this obelisk? It's got a cross on top. You see these everywhere as well. Okay, they're having some sort of what looks like some sort of court case of sorts. The cannonade. Whoa, they're big cannons. All that artillery at the same time. Jeez, I bet that was deafening. And a big bonfire. He looks like a giant. They're all walking around doing processional stuff. I wonder what's in that fire. Is it just wood? He's like 4 times the size of these people by year. Maybe it's perspective. Don't know. So all the links and everything I show you now, the size of these doors, will be shared in the description box below this video. So you will not miss anything. Some of it what's happening over here on the river. Insane. I bet they had a shit time across the river with that colonnade. And there's that Phoenician dude. He's actually all Father Thames there in the water. Bringing some wood in. Not so much happening on the other side. Abbey of St. Victor. Oh, it's a nice bit of brie. Nice bit of cheese. Do like a bit of brie. So there's all buildings on this island now in the Seine. It comes up to the centre bit, which I can't remember the name of. So I'll share that with you. I'll leave that open. Now I'm wondering why on earth, when they say the invasion by the French using apparatus like this of England, that they didn't actually get to invade us, and what the fuck happened? Because I'll show you now, they could have easily took Britain. They had like all of these rafts, these apparatus, this big. The French, you know, these things are and imaginary big, guys. I'll show you another example of how many people, like up to 80,000, and they had numerous rafts like this that they could have delivered an entire army to the coast of Britain and easily took it. In my mind, I don't know what happened. Just like that Operation Sea Lion with Hitler, by the way, that never happened. So here's as much, the size that they can be. I've shown this in the past, but it's quite mind-blowing to think that they have got vessels that can carry this amount of people, run by windmills. Don't know what sort of tech that is. Got a tree on top and the Phoenician cap, and they got another one. I don't know how many they have. And you just land an enemy force. This is in St. Malo, so it's in northern Spain. Transport 15,000 men to England to invade it. Cannon, you got 36 48 pounders. What? And 500, whatever that is, 600 horses. So all on board that. And look at all in cannon, guys. And they didn't take Britain. Did Britain have all that? Did we fuck? Not as far as I know, I haven't found no evidence for it. So, and Britain never fell to the French, apparently. It's puzzling, that, isn't it? Yeah, there's loads of evidence of it. Don't see the reverse of it, like Britain invading France, except on D-Day. But that was to take away the Germans. So in the distance, on top of that, Brest Point Star Fort, which is on a corner, northern corner of France. Before you go around to Bay of Biscay, been round here and to this dock many, many times. It's a great devil playing a fiddle on top of a giant guillotine. Slavery. So what we got on here? Murder, beggary, plunders, requisitions, invasion. Is that hemp? Liberty. But yeah, look at the size on these things, though, guys. And they're bringing it in here with giant ropes on a capstan. I don't know, 2, 3 men. Could they do that? 4 men? Who knows? Republican flotilla in danger. But wow, guys. These things existed, apparently, and for some reason, they never took us. It's hard to believe, isn't it? That many people. 15,000 people on a ship. Wow. So it's a cute little book of star forts I'll share to you as well. This is a good one. There's loads in this as well, but they give you all like cool Antiquutech. You can see these towers here. This one's got like a landing platform on it. On top of like a mosque building. So, excuse me. And it just gives you just incredible star fort systems of Germany. And some are in, I think, Holland as well. Look at these. This is how we discovered in Antiquutech in the first place, was we were going through endless amounts of lead atlases for like a year or something. And I kept saying to Lee, and I kept saying over and over, like, they got to be doing something else. The whole skyline is just full of these spires. What about collecting electrostat? And then it was just like, click like that. It was like, yeah, of fucking course, that's what they were doing. And then we dug in. Flat Earth British think tank dug in. And just unveiled and found out about Antiquutech. Most mind-blowing thing. Now it's everywhere in the world. It's just crazy. Check this out then. Literally a skyscrapered city on top of the hill. Even around here at the bottom, there's still some really large buildings. But definitely skyscrapers on top of the hill there. Gran. I don't know where that is. Gran. So they got a barrage, which is a temporary built with little boats. And some sort of star fort there, no doubt about it. But on top, and there as well. On top is skyscrapers. Twin towers there by the look of them. Which is crazy for such an early period. Gran. Okay, what else they got? Excuse me. Oh, that's a beautiful star fort. Again, look at them. These are like quite minaret-y, aren't they? Some of them like the mosque, onion domes. And that's Kamesh. Much more Arabic feel to this. Huge star foot. Built by, we think, the Phoenicians. Oh, look at this one. Again, with these massive towers. Look how high this one. What are we looking at here? Oh, it's on a German river, the Ober. So, Kashan Hall. I don't know where that is. I'm afraid. Doesn't ring a bell at all. It's on the Oder. Okay. Okay. Wow. Look at that one. There's always mud all around them, though, isn't there? And a well in the middle. Well. So we've discovered many interesting things concerning star forts that, they just repurposed. They were there originally. The building method, the stuff these are made out of, the cannonballs are fucking useless on them. They really are, just ping off or embed in them. So look at this one, got a massive building in the middle. So, excuse me. So there's plenty to share in there. I will link this up. I do like the odd star fort book, and I do have plenty of them, so don't mind hitting one out now and again. Oh, that looks mud flooded. There's not even a road on these. See? It's in the mud, isn't it? And even that's mudded in, our little rotunda there. There's another, excuse me. Oh, there's the whole thing. St. Martinsburg. Don't know that, but it sounds definitely German. Yeah, they're all mud flooded in there. And the mud's gone up there. Gloopy all around this entire monastery or whatever it is. Yeah, definitely mud flooded there. Can't think what else has happened. Just got all muddied. Ugh. Right, there's another one. Let's have a look at this one. Again, with incredibly tall towers. Had to be ballooned, some of these. So, yeah, I'm happy to share this with you. We've got loads more like this. I'll do one every now and again, chuck them in, because I just got endless amount of star fort books, if I'm honest with you, and they're all pretty good clues in them all. Oh, get rid of that. Sorry. Oh, thanks. Right. That looks all mudded in. So I'll share that to you anyway. I'll keep that open. I'll put the link in as soon as the show finishes. Now, I think something is going on with this, right? And it's artificial lighting. Okay, so Himawari solar light system making use of optical fiber to conduct daylight indoors on this Japanese video. Now, I've seen this before for a couple of years now, where literally you do not need any more sunshine. You can have like sunlight shining through your window, but there's no window there. It's a wall behind. So conceivably, I'm thinking it's like what Jamiroquai said, I'm going deeper underground. Or, are they getting everyone ready for some sort of subterranean life? Because these things are getting people used to having no natural sunlight. No, this isn't a real window, and everything is interactive and smart. So it's the tank, it's the light, it's everything, the toaster, it's all of that going on. And nothing, it's natural sunlight, but there's a way of filtering it through. But there is, they're just going to get people living on the internet, away from sunlight. It will be artificial, and that can be done underground. I'm thinking they're getting desensitizing or getting people ready. Look, that's not even sunlight, guys. None of this. This could be 100-foot underground, guys. This could be with that technology. Do you see what I'm saying? So are they getting people used to the idea of going underground? We're going deeper underground. There's too much confusion in this town. Anyways, food for thought anyway. And I'm sure you've seen them before, but I think they're just definitely getting people ready for that idea. Who knows in the future? Now, I'm going to be here performing or doing a presentation in Tuesday, which is only 3 days away. Okay, I'm going back up to Birmingham, same venue as last time. Okay, I'll put this link in the descriptions box. And it's a real great venue. Anyway, Martin Liedtke in the E57 Social Club in Birmingham. Admission, a £5 or £3 concessions at the door. Okay, so it's dirt cheap. It's only like an evening thing. Okay, I'll be on in the evening doing a presentation. Well, I'll catch up with a few of you, have a pint, and chill out. It'll be a fucking good night. Anyway, I got a presentation mostly ready for that anyway. It's going to be mind blow. I had more time to concentrate this time. The last time I was thinking about everything, so I didn't have as much time as I would have liked to on my presentation for personal satisfaction. So there, it's a great venue. They got loads of people. They got Piers Corbin, Jeff Wyatt's there on the 26th. Mark Devlin, Epic Mark is there on the 9th of November. They have an anniversary party. There's a few good people coming up to Christmas they're having there. Terry Boardman, Truth Juice are having an open mic night where you can just join and have a talk on a microphone. Paranormal Investigation, Gender 2030, and there's Martin Liedtke on the 12th. So yeah, that's another little jolly for us all, guys. Onwards. I discovered an atlas, I did, and it's messed my brain up. I spent the entire time trying to work out geographically where everything was, but just check out the date. It's like 1325. The oldest map in existence is 1290, is the map of Monday. And this is from a short time after. So this is one of the earliest maps in existence then, the Abraham Krebs maps, which I haven't really seen before until I basically discovered them this week, guys. And they're fantastic. They're fully even at 1325 or, basically 325. The Phoenicians are fully coded in all of it, like they are after the reset. So let's have a little look at these maps and try and make head or tail. Now, the first thing that I'm going to show you is half the maps are one way up and half the maps are upside down, which we've seen quite a few times before. Upside down maps, like almost as if the north is the main juice. Okay, it's the center bit. And then you get these nodal points with, navigation points. And I'm wondering what determines these navigation points and these strange anomalies here. So that's looks like the Atlantic Ocean. I would safely say that this is the coast of North Africa, wouldn't you? Huh? What does that say? So the language, it's not English, it's not Latin. It's not French, it's not German. It's nothing I can really, really overstand. There's been a few words that I've been able to get, but I don't really know it. I don't really know what it's saying. It's very obscure text. If any of you can even... Ergo, maybe? Do you see what I mean? It's not even Latin. It's just crazy language. So what we got down here? Phonies in boats. Flying, I don't know what map. I don't know what island archipelago that is. And they all arrive in tents with golden orbs on top. Antiqua tents, basically. So I'll show you a few of them because some of them got cluage. It's just trying to find out where these things are. So this one's Britain and Europe, obviously. Because, well, maybe not obvious if you're not good at geography. But there's Britain. There's Cardiff there, but it's not on there. It's not even existing at this period. Londinium, can't even understand one place name on here, guys. Not one. Is that supposed to be England? England? Yeah. I guess I can just understand that. Got the three lions of the English flag. And up to Scotland. I wonder what that big green thing is as well. And then you got like Europe. Let's have a little investigation. Pyrenees, mountains. I've been to France. And you get all of these crazy palaces and like fairy tale, like the Disney castle. They're all over the world. They're all over. So Dens, the rivers of Europe, up to Denmark. What's that say? Hisio. Dacia. See, I don't recognize this language. Kolberg. Oh, that's a bit more German. Yeah, and then it goes, if you get to the top, then you got to do this. You got to flip it to make it the right way around, because half the map is upside down. Sweden. Is that Svasia? Svasia is like Russia, but for Sweden. Svasia. Frode and Morzonogya. Don't know. So yeah, there's a sun there as well. Wonder what that is. Anyway, like I said, they ain't easy to geographically work out without place names and accurate cartography. So I'm guessing this is the Mediterranean boot of India, of Italy. Why did I say that? Coast of North Africa. It's full of palaces. When it should be, and a mountain range ripping right through it, because it's supposed to be the Sahara Desert. And there's Nubia. So anybody African looking in Nubia? Not really. What about you in the Sahara? You've been Muslim. You look quite indigenous. Got a camel. Do they have camels in the... Well, yeah, of course they do. What the fuck am I on about? They have one hump, don't they? Two humps on an Indian camel. They have elephants in the Sahara? Of course they do, Mars. African elephants. Shit. See what I mean? Just told myself then. Acute schizophrenia. So, the Red Sea. Africa, is it? Yeah, that looks Africa. India. Again, all of these palaces, no matter where you are in the world. And the Red Sea is always the Red Sea. He's feeding his budgie, as you do. Oh, he's all right then, isn't he? He likes animals. It's not bad then. But like I said, this map is bonkers and you can't understand it. Let's spin it around up by here. That's a Jewish flag there, maybe. Ooh. Maybe. Israel. In 1300s. What's that all about then? Because this is the Holy Land by here. Any Babylon? And again, what looks like the Star of David. Oh, that's unusual. That period. What's going on there then? Well, because you're basically turning all official historical narratives on their heads, Martin. Yeah, that's what's going on. Okay, there you are. So, kingage, queenage of Arab land. Okay, Arab land. So you're not looking very Arab, are you? You're looking really sort of queeny, got a golden orb. That's trouble. Okay. Like I said, they are pretty hard to navigate. Oh, check him out. He's meditating. His name's Ray. Ray Dalthadius. Yo, Ray. What's happening? 2 lakes. Okay, and an upside down. Let's flip it again. Oh, quite an interesting looking boat. And he's the other. He's made. Oh, basically, he's literally levitating. He's got a scepter. He looks a bit more Arab, but ginger hair. He's got like a turban on, and these little balls around his city thing. Do you reckon he's flying? I reckon he's flying. All right, flying carpets. We talked about them many times on Flat Earth British. They've got electromagnetic properties in the thread. I think it's safe that to assume they could have flown. So naked divers for pearls and jewels. Yeah, maybe. Okay. So where we are, I don't know. I got lost now. Coming across Asia. And there's another floaty king. 3 wise men. Oh, that's Russia. Maybe Russia. So that's the Magi, is it? Following said star. Is that the star? I'm not actually quite sure. It's the star. Get a fucking move on. Yeah, Magi just don't get on like they used to. Hope it's nothing to do with me. Let's have a look at these. Oh, that's the Silk Road. Yeah, camel trains on the Silk Road. He's fallen asleep on his horse. Nice little touch. Little echo of 600 years ago, if that's the case. But I haven't seen any of these maps before, so they aren't really new to me. As is Adam Cresps or Crep. So flick it upside down first and have a look at the bottom bit. Ooh. So we got eagle wings open, definitely. Similar to Phoenician, isn't it? Got a tent over his head. Oh, play some music and we'll cook her up. Get some carrots in, a bit of seasoning. So yeah, to do him strange meat again. Can't seem to get away with one vlog where you don't see the Phoenicians doing strange meat shit. Yeah? That looks like a bag of blood. Ugh. Oh, somebody's blowing in trumpets over here. Right, let's flicker around again because it's going to be upside down. Excuse me. Oh, and there's people banging 9 bells out of one another with battages. Okay. So, yeah. 600 years ago, they weren't fucking brilliant cartographers, that's for sure. But I tell you what, they've done some trippy shit. It's actually really shit 1300s art. Or it's really good. Oh, look, Melusine, the Phoenician mermaid chicks on this, guys. They've got a name. Oh, it's funny how she just turns up again. And it's 1300s. Maybe that's when she first turned up. Oh, no, nothing you ever said. This shit's gone on all over and over again. What are these blobs, guys? How can the early medieval period be so fucking trippy? Oh, they're collecting stuff. Again, naked. But we came into the world naked. So, what the fuck? Ugh. And in water as well. And I got chucked into this place, gasping for breath. Oh, God. Church again, is there? Oh, yeah. Fucking hell. Are they giants? Because these are adults. They got beards. Yeah, they are. There. He's got beards. He's got beards. So they're giants. They're giants. They got giants in this. Is that Gog? Magog. Gog and Magog. Okay, so we're getting down to the place of Armageddon, yo. Gog and Magog. The 322 names of Bush and his father as well were Gog and Magog. That was their code names. Did you know that? So that's fucking brilliant, that is. I'll share that to you guys. Let's move on to images of the day. Ooh, first of all, let's get to the top. So these are images of the day, our story picks. Okay, let's check them out. Now, 645 of you watching, and apparently I have a bloody thing on my screen which I never knew about. No need for that whatsoever. Oh, sorry about that. If you're spoiling your pictures. Oh, damn. Can't stand doing that. Okay. Right, our story pictures of the day. So it looks like, right, this guy, he's got web fingers, baldy head, and he's just like crawling out of the water, like water turning solid and into like carbony matter, like we explained on my last vlog. It's a siren. Looks like that apparently, and it's got a hand like that. Apparently, a siren. It's like, they put my bum on the wrong way round. They certainly did, siren. And what about flying? Okay, apparently Icarus tries to fly up too close to the sun with wax on his wings, and because the sun's close, and his wax melts and he bites the dust. But in this depiction, this Asian bas relief, he's nailed it. Icarus is falling, but he's all right. So they're flying. And look at the Antiquutech in this period, guys. This is the Labyrinth of Manoa. And this is the island of Crete. Look at that tower for Antiquity. So a bas relief of Icarus trying to fly and basically fucking up. The other guy's fine. Now, this was sent to me this week of a mausoleum, and it says, "Them God seest me in Genesis 16:13. Then God seest me. Well, he didn't see you before. So what do you reckon this is? Is it a Victorian gay brothel? No. They're sharpening knives, guys. Would you like to do that? Just lay on your belly all day sharpening knives down there? Well, maybe you'd be all right with a beagle on your leg, because the beagle looks lush. But yeah, they got tea making facilities. Not too bad. I wouldn't like to lay on my belly like that for 8 hours. That'd be fucking agony. Agony. Fat men's shop. Look at that, guys. Fat men's shop. And this guy's like, yeah. Now, this would be completely opposite. Now they'd have thin man shop, because all of the shops are fat men. Yeah, because they all look like this nowadays, don't they? Yeah. Fucking salad dodgers. So this is Rothschild's in early London. I think it's 1902. And I think it's David Rothschild's carriage, and because he's like the richest guy in the world or what have you. Duh. He has zebras because he's a twat. I was looking at this photograph for quite a while. It really sort of was eerie to me. This lady, she's obviously like Miss Anna Edson, who's going to go over Niagara Falls in a fucking barrel. Okay. Queen of the Mist. Okay. Now, there's something weird about this photo. It's really eerie. Got a nice little cat there, though. Do you think her husband's giving her a punch or something's going on there? Because she looks like she's got a black eye. Does she look like she's got a black eye? Maybe. Got the old Adeline going on there. Something weird about that. I don't know. Can't put my finger on it, but it feels eerie. Now, this is texting back in the 1950s, how it was done, guys. Yeah. You have to be very stealthy so teacher doesn't see. Slip that paper back and hope that the teacher, my papers would have been like not really readable. If the teacher had grabbed them, I'd have been like, hit. What about this? This is brilliant. You can like literally take a photograph of every bullet you fire. So bang, Brian blown out. Take a quick snap. Yeah. Exit wound. It's fucking brilliant, guys. You could like literally take photographs if you were a psychopathic murderer of all your victims. So like maybe they should like sell this as that. Yeah. Get your own psychopathic camera gun kit. Now, have you ever seen Pulp Fiction? Well, you know when they like open the suitcase and it's all golden, yeah? Is it the Holy Grail or is it something holy? Is it a load of gold? What is it in the suitcase? Would you want me to tell you what it is? Well, I don't know. No one does. But in reality, it's a yellow light bulb. Okay? It's a yellow light bulb. But what's in that case on Pulp Fiction? Anybody know? What about you, Justin Raps Minerals? Do you know what was in the suitcase? Now, this was on the 83rd floor, 83rd floor of one of the towers that fell over years ago. You know which ones I'm on about, don't you? So it fell 83 stories. It landed on the bottom. It landed on top of someone's passport and covered it. I made that up. And it survived. So it's the only surviving pane of glass from the towers, and it fell from the 80-odd floor, or so they say. So, remember I mentioned Chancellor Myrtle in my last post? Maybe I was a little bit unfair, actually. Yeah, she's out here mushroom picking. This was her first husband, Conrad. I made that up, but he looks like a Conrad. He looks like he's a mod, by the way. And this is her. She's married. She's actually married. How the fuck is she married when she looks about 12? It's fucking weird. Yeah, but apparently, yeah, she apparently like. I know it's hard to believe that Chancellor Myrtle's actually like, you know, done the dirty thing. It's really weird. See, this guy's a German, and he's like, I'm not sure if this is actually a good idea. Maybe I should have a word with Hans later. Hans? Hans? Yes, Otto, what's the matter? I don't think I should try the rocket car. It might kill me. Look, it goes very, very quick. Oh, Hans, you are one. If it's very safe, I designed it. I'm German. These are Amish children. They're spooky, yes. Why have these two got no shoes because their family was poorer? Why have these two got shoes because their family was richer? Hang on. Are you telling me there's a class system in the Amish? No, not really. Why have you got a black eye? Are you getting beaten? You got two black eyes. I fell off my skateboard. What about you? You don't look too happy. Oh, Amish kids, they nailed it, the Amish, haven't they? Well, they did until the pandemic. Now they're much shit as everyone else. But they did have it nailed. Unless you're Kelly McGillis, yeah, then she's going to get nailed. Okay. Rupert, come here. Rupert. Yeah. What, Einsteiny whiny? Let me fluff your hair up. Rupert, do you think they'll notice that I'm a man wearing a dress? Not at all. Nobody knows. They'll think I'm a fella. Look, no Willy. Einstein and Rupert, who made all them equations for MC squared. Caused all this trouble in the beginning. Here's the first clone of Malignant. I mean, Bill Gates. Okay, you can see that it's not the same dude. Yeah. This was his basically, you know, like Batman has like a young boy ward called Robin. This guy, he was his young ward called Bill. And here they are, the first ever computers of whatever he does in this world. I don't even know. I think he depopulates. Does he do anything else? How did a guy with computers get to like buy all them, give everyone on Earth like medicines forcibly? Then anyone know the answer to that? So this is a brilliant Russian schoolroom. Do you know what, guys? If we'd have had this in school, that would be the only lesson I'd have gone to. Look, they got all like gun shit around the wall telling you what they do, take them apart and all that. You can literally strip down an AK-47 and put it back together. These are the skills you need for a bright new future. Look, this is a British Lewis machine gun. I'm mildly moist. This is absolutely fucking fantastic. I would absolutely love, I'd have an A-level in that. Do you think you should have that in Britain schools? You fucking know it. Preservatives, growing, and lessons as well should be put in. Now, let's think about this lady a bit. Okay, she's some sort of secretary in a bygone era, just sort of only just a little bit resting on her swivel stool with shiny feet. She's not hard on the eyes, is she? So here's some of the girls that were hired, okay, by the Beatlemania production company. What you notice about all the girls that scream when the Beatles come on, love, love me, I want to hold your hand, which is a colloquial term for dick, by the way, okay? They have like they're all slightly mental. Have a look. They're not like proper girls that you'd actually go out with in school. They're the girls you would keep the fuck away from. Yeah, all of them. You know, stubbly legs. You know, remember stubbly legs, guys? Eh? This is Tesla, right? But it says in the caption, this is in 1910. Yeah, the photographs we see of him looking all like fabulous, handsome, like fucking vampire. And this is like 5 years later. He must have had like shit fortune because guy looks like fuck. He don't look like genius either. Looks like he likes to twiggle, scrotum twiggle. Oh, the 60s were fucking fantastic. Look. Dior apparently had a problem with unfair about miniskirts. So I don't know if Dior was, I think they should go, whoever he was or she was or they were, miniskirts forever. Yeah. If you have young daughters, okay, show them this photograph. Tell them how the world really is or was. Anybody know what this shit on the blackbird means? Because I don't know. My wife put it up. Rupert earlier. Rebecca earlier put it on the blackbird, and I don't know what it means. Anybody know what it means? URK equals O over MC squared E3 pi to infinity thrice. Yeah. Julie, 1898 to 1910. He was only a cat, but he was human enough to be great comfort in hours of loneliness and pain. Oh, don't we love our animals? They're much better than people. People fucking suck. So, World War II rations. So, if you were in World War II in Britain, yeah, I got a ration book. I got a ration book under my bed. Yeah, I got all like old war stuff. It was basically one of my nanas that I managed to. My heirloom is a ration book. Anyway, so let's have a look what they give you on rations for weekly ration book in World War II. So you have sugar, take a lot, that's all right. So you can have sugar, madge, so you can bake a cake at least. Tea, it's not much, is it? But they reuse it over and over again. Cooking fat, cheese, that looks like a bit of Eden. Butter, bacon, egg, a big chunk of what looks like fucking dog shit. Oh, it's meat and tinned beef. Okay, so what can you make? So if you ain't got vegetables in your garden, which everybody has, by the way, or you're going to die, you got a fuckload of fat here. You got cooking fat, fat, and butter. So it's fat, fat, and fat. Tea, so you drink that. Sugar to go in the tea. So all you've ended up to eat for the week, in realism, is some tinned fucking beef, a chunk of meat, some cheese, and bacon. For the week. So you got to get vegetables going, or you're going to get hungry quick, because that's shit. Oh, America, such wonderful country. Why haven't got this in Russia? So here's Yeltsin, right, in his first visit to America land, yeah, getting like all Borat about all your endless, what look like ice lollies. Why'd you go to the ice lollies? Fucking weirdy gun. She's like, oh my God, I've never seen so many. He's pissed most of the time, as you know. He's a chronic alcoholic on a vodka all the time. But Boris, he wasn't all that bad, was he? I don't think. He was a bit of a laugh, wasn't he? What do you think? King of the castle. So Germany in the late 1920s, early 30s, before Hitler went and sorted all that shit out. Yeah, like he did. They had tremendous war reparations after the Treaty of Versailles, ripping the country to shreds and bringing in hyperinflation. So basically, cash was useless. So they used it for heating. Like, so this lady's just chucking in like, oh, just couple of 100 million Deutschmark into the old Reichsmark. No, they weren't Reichsmark, Deutschmark into the burner for heat because it was worthless. Like I said, until Hitler came and sorted that shit out. So, Joe, this guy has got a big elephant gun. You can't fire that, mate, because like basically it blew through the fucking wall. What kind of armament are they using? Like missiles or something in that? Look at that. So is it perceivable like it's for a big bloke, like as in a giant? Because I can't imagine any man actually picking that gun up anyway. And looking down the sights, because it would tip over, wouldn't it? And by the way, what are you shooting? So in the old days, okay, we used to have big families. Now, I know they used to tell you that everyone fucking died and that's why they had big families, but that's not true. Look at Bert and Ethel here, right, guys? So they started, she was the first daughter that came along. They had another daughter. It was on fucking another girl. They had another daughter. It was on fucking another girl. He's a honey bastard, isn't he? And then he had a boy. Fourth along, boy. Phew. Okay, we got a boy. So another girl, another girl, another girl, another girl. So 3 girls, a boy, 4 girls. Then they had another boy. And then they had another girl. And then they had another boy and another 3 girls. Oh, look at it. And then they had 2 babies. I guess they're twins. I don't know if any of them are boys. So overwhelmingly, they're 3 boys. I mean, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. How did you manage that when you only been married 12 years? It's mad, isn't it? Big families. Totally cool. This guy's in the trenches of the First World War. He's shit-faced on the morphine the guy just gave him because he's had his arm all shrapnelled up and he's in agony. It's all mangled. It's fucked up he is. He's in terrible pain. But he don't give a flying fuck because basically, he's got shell shock. He's proper demented. And the guy just gave him a little morphine, so the guy's wankered as well. So He's having a really good time in the trenches, this guy. He's about to get his head blown off anyway by tea time. See? You know, nowadays, how everyone's stupid fat mask, yeah, back in the day, yeah, this was me on a skateboard. Nah, it's not me. It looks a bit like me, but it's not me. Check the chicks. They're just walking down the roads off the British Home Stores, guys. Yeah? And that's what Britain was like. In your fucking dreams, man. Anyway, check the UFOs over this beach in Miami. Anyway, warning. Law requires full bathing suits by the police department. Look at the young ladies flaunting the law. How very, very naughty of them. Thank God. So yeah, why weren't you allowed to show your body or anything? It's like, it's weird, isn't it? Did you this ghost was up in court in the 1950s? He scared someone to death. Basically, he said boo, and somebody died in an heart attack. So the first time in history a ghost was actually brought in front of a court of law, charged with basically scaring somebody to death with booing. So, I don't know what happens if he gets found guilty, because he can't get executed really, or have death penalty, because, you know, by the nature of being a ghost, you're already dead. So yeah, it's interesting. So yeah, back in the 80s, yeah, I used to love going to London in the 80s. I was a fucker. Look, it's all in scaffold then as well. Big Ben and Stephen's Tower. It is again now, and it was then too. And isn't it looking weird? What's that pointy bit on top of Big Ben? Anyway, so this is what a punk rocker looked like in 1983. It's not. He's a policeman. So yeah, there's Becky Bondage there, Sid Snot. So you walk past them, like, I guess if you don't know about shit, you think that these might have been like some sort of threat or dangerous, but they weren't. They were all pussies. They were all posh and like really nice. Just skinheads were twats. So here's Bezos, richest man in the world, apparently, on his first day of Amazon.com in 1980. So he's got his shit together pretty fucking quick, didn't he? And not only that, Bezos is apparently taking William Shatner into space on his next voyage. So is William Shatner going to actually like blag and come back and say, oh, I went to space and shit? Because I actually liked and dug William Shatner, guys. So yeah, Bezos, there he is, when he was basically smelly, lived in his office. And now he's the richest man on earth. Wears a tutu, pink one, on a beach. Oh no, that's Soros. Anyway, Russian schools teachers. Well, was that a Russian school teacher? In the past, they never had any money to pay them in the economic crisis of the early 19. Basically, when Russia's the wall came down first, they had a bit of trouble. States establishing themselves, so they paid school teachers vodka. She don't look pissed off about it at all. She's thinking, fucking having a great time tonight. There's a couple smiling, but you can't feed the kids or pay the mortgage on bottles of vodka, can you? I don't know though. Now, let's think about Elvis Presley, shall we, for a second? There he is on leave when he was in the American Air Force, pretending he was actually doing something. Okay, so Aaron Elvis Presley has to be an alien changeling or a fairy changeling or a changeling or something else. There is no way in hell that is his father and that is his mother. Yeah, like Elvis Presley, like every woman on earth is like, oh, he's fucking lovely, isn't he? Got posters and shit. Yeah, his mother and his father, they've just like been really hit badly with the ugly stick. I'm not being horrible, but look, come on, guys. He's like everybody's dad. Yeah, he's like everybody in Britain's dad. Yeah, Elvis is not their son. They must have adopted him off a Native American Indian or something, because he looks Indian to me. Yeah, and they kept stum about it. Hands up who thinks they're his parents, guys. What do you think? No fucking way, that's their parents. Looks nothing like him. The father, he looks nothing like Elvis. Anyway, in Bosnia, during the Troubles in Bosnia, okay, depending on which side you were on, you probably have a shit time. Okay, if you were going to get married, now I'm not sure which guy the chick is marrying, and I'm really concerned about this guy. It's like, if he's marrying her, okay, no, she's, hang on, let's work this out. This chick's got a coat, fur coat on. She's on his arm. So is he marrying her? And is it a double wedding, maybe? I don't know. So I'd say this was the bride. Maybe she's going to marry him, and he's like, yeah, dude, but I got the fucking gun. You know? But either way, it all seems pretty amicable. I bet they have, like, they shoot the gun after and go, la, 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 once they're married. Like I said about, like, the zapping of Antiquity in the first bit of the post. It's Acropolis in Athens, Parthenon in Athens, and you can see all of these remnants of what was a massive civilization not long before this photo, because the mud's still in situ, and it still looks melted. Still looks burnt, in fact. Does it not? All this shit happened recently, guys. Yeah. So if you're in the Russian army and you're just standing there minding your own fucking business, and your boss, okay, he's going to come along, yeah, and basically he's going to see, let me show you how it's done. We cannot let the Americans see us not being able to lift our foot over our heads the same way as the dwarf can kick himself in the face, can't we? And then he's like stretching him. That's cruel, isn't it? I bet his bollocks have just gone splat. Now, this is Davros. You may have seen Doctor Who in the past. Now, actually, this is the way you had your hair set in the past if you were completely mental. Well, I wouldn't worry about it because, you know, men nowadays, they're all fannying themselves up. I'm not joking. My friend came here the other day. He's like, see my face, I've had all the lines taken out. I've had Botox, yo. It's like, they're having Botox. Fellas are having Botox, guys. Yeah, I'm not even joking. They don't even want to wrinkle up and all be normal and natural. It's fucking weird. So something about flooding here. They died to make the desert bloom. So I'm taking it, it's to commemorate the death of a load of people that have like basically died building some shit, but I can't see the dialogue. It's too, my eyes are gone. This is an American city. And it's a bit of the old Antiquity just left in the ground. To feed the rest of the buildings down there. I think so. But you can see it's American in the background. It's got American cars, and it's just a bit of Antiquity just left in a bit of the Greco-Romano world. And look at that for a nice little mud flood there. In Russia somewhere. Lovely, these wooden houses. I've talked about them before. I showed you examples of their windows. First time I looked at that, I was like, oh, yeah, where's the rest? It's like, that's the top of a tower, guys. Surely you can see that. Why would you put this big top on it if it's only 20 foot high or what have you? And the windows are touching ground level. And first, instantly, I looked at it, I was like, yeah, this is just the top. This thing's like massive deep, guys. Massive deep. Le Grand Dijon. Wouldn't you say? Otherwise, it's disproportionate and massively top-heavy and makes no sense to the eye or balancing architecture at all. You see? Look at this. Just the antique world. This is just so old that they've just... It's still there from the classical world, but they've just like bits in between and they just patched it up. It fell, but still, it's still there. A lot of it just... You can see they just put these bits in between. What was left over of what they call, I guess, Rome. Okay. It's Tolstoy here on the road to Moscow. That's Tolstoy. Yeah? I can't even fucking believe it. This is the guy who wrote War and Peace. Have you read War and Peace? Well, if you started now, you should be finished by next November. It's a cracking book, guys, actually. Anyway, watch the film Dr. Zhivago. Save yourself all that reedy business. But, you know, the background is the Battle of Borodino. He was there. He was there in the trenches fighting Napoleon, was Tolstoy, which was the premise of his book, War and Peace. But, yeah, he was on the road on old Dos. Yeah, one of the greatest literal figures of the 1800s. Crazy. See this. This is the Challenger crew. Don't worry about it, though, because they're all still alive. Okay. The funny thing about this is this was supposed to be retrieved from a capsule or a canister that survived the explosion when all of these pretended to be died. But they didn't even change their names or anything. Oh, no, they're elsewhere now. They're elsewhere now, working away with exactly the same names. Why do they put 2 watches on? Space-time. Space-time and Cape Canaveral time. Wankers. So this is the laminin. The molecule laminin is a protein that holds human beings together. Do you notice its shape? Isn't it amazing that God would think so far into the future to make it the very thing that makes us think of Jesus to make us play the crucial role in how we are formed? So apparently the structure is of a cross. I can't verify that, but apparently it's a thing. This is a picture of an Asian lady with really, really massive breasts. Like I said about being top heavy. I don't know, that slipped in. Oh. Vitamin C under microscope. Not bad cymatic expression there, is it? Out of the fractal nature of the thing. I would say vitamin C is probably a good thing. Well, I'm drinking it now. I've got my lemon juice and water. Washington Hotel, okay, is in Seattle, I think, not Washington, but it's in Washington State. Look at the mud. It's all still there. The size of this building. There's windows like doors, like literally no step, with the mud just going up to them there. Like literally totally mudded out there on that. No infrastructure, just like a hill of mud. And here's some more of Seattle getting dug out. And this is the street level. They just dug out stacks and stacks and stacks of mud. And then they raised it all up again. Put this new road in. There's that same church. All that time later. It's crazy. They did to all the cities. Now this thing, I'm not sure if it's a landing tower, but it's anomalous. And you see these like just crazy folly things out in the middle of nowhere. But I guess they could be like some sort of watching place for balloons. Because it seems, you know, a great place to live. Would you like to live up there? I would. I think that's Mount Java by the look of it. But check this out. Well, they get the materials. You have to carry them all the way up them steps. All the way up there to build these and that bridge across. Imagine the view from there. So, nice cloud mushrooming as well. These are crocheted sparrows. Don't they look realistic? I know, somebody posted them on Facebook. I was like, oh, they're wicked. They're crocheted, but they look a little lifelike, realistic. Do you like? Well, I like them. I think they're really cool. So a lot of theme parks, fairgrounds have just been left to nature. And this is what will happen if things are left. Nature just takes it all back, no problem. There's a roller coaster. I think it looks lovely, all this stuff covered in Virginia creeper and ivies and reeds. And see me, I'd have all the buildings covered in plants if I had my own way. Trees, everything would just be flowery and lovely. I'm not sure what happened to this building, but obviously the tide is coming a lot since this building was here because a lot's been eaten away by the sea. So the sea, when this building was built here, the sea must have been further back. Changing tide. A VW camper. If I knew where that was, I'd go and get and clean it up. These are fantastic. Look at that. Somebody lived in there in the woods and they had a wood burner in there, guys. So it was static. Perfect. And they're wicked. That's a bigger camper, VW camper, that is. Little Porsche engines in the back, man. Fucking air cooled. Go forever. But a wood burner in there. That's brilliant. So I posted this on my community page only a little while earlier. And wondering about this pot. Got the Palace of Versailles, gaff of Louis XVI. And basically, these pots you see all over Antiquity, this guy's watering it. So I'm just thinking, well, why would you have it so big? And you can't see the display in there. You break your fucking neck looking up. and you've got to have a ladder to water it. So I'm thinking this is like when this place was occupied by giants, which I always think Versailles is or was. And this would have been a giant planter, or they've made it into a planter, and it was just a giant ornamentation. Because look at the size on it compared to the guy. Yeah, he could bath in that. What would be the point for little people? Makes no sense. This is in Seville, in Spain. Absolutely beautiful Moorish tiled theme. Looks a bit Delft. But look at the colour on that. Turn on your mind, relax, and flow dance. Check that out, guys. Trippy, innit? I've been to Seville, but can't never see that. Mind you, was very drunk at the time. Check it out. It's quite clever, isn't it? I like that. So, yeah, so in the beginning of this vlog, we talk, and it's in the title, about psychedelics, and we're having an ultra trippy block tonight. So, I was thinking about this. This is supposed to be an animation of Abby Hoffman coming out of like Sandoz Laboratory, where LSD's just been invented, trying it out. And he had like the most amazing experience. Basically, fell off his bike, but you know, he pretty much explains it. But in this book, it explains like famous people out of Antiquity's experiences, oracles, what they've seen. Get into that book, guys. I'll link it up as soon as I finish this blog. So that is in Moscow, in Red Square, and it reflects perfectly. Now it exhibits symmetry, but if you look at it ordinarily, the top is missing. This is just the top bit. It looks like the top bit. Crazy. And there's Landoc Hospital, which I mentioned earlier. Again, I really do think Landoc is Landoc, and it's a docking platform. I can't imagine why else they would call it Landoc. So just some strange alchemical depictions. That's quite trippy. Well, that's all about. The black sun rising from the water. A smash tree. And the lion eating the sun. The lion ion. So each character designates a different sort of compound or chemical or essence. Check this out. So remember we mentioned cryptoids in my last vlog this week. Well, I got a cryptoid here. Seems to be like female, male, maybe. 2 heads. This is a female and a male, either side. And they're burning it. So they were burning cryptids. Yeah, it's black central. I know. You know, go again with the Phoenicians in the water. Not sure what's going on with this tree, but you know, they show you these mixtures, and these are so important to these, and I'm beginning to get why. Beginning to learn more than I ever imagined that I ever would. A lot of Freemasonic symbology there, checkerboard floors and the pillars. Got the fish on the platter, and the sun and the moon. Alchemical coding, no doubt. And that is my thumbnail, which is really cute actually, because I don't know why they got a pan on the piano. It's got a urine in. Strange piano. It's got that music already on it. Horns, wine, cigarette. Okay, they seem to be backsightly things. And the mermaid is doing what? Cooking up some supper. Something like that. I don't know. The magpie. Everything looks a bit muddy. But what I like about it as well is it's showing you all of this place, all of this realm, and all of the coast, the whole thing. Twin towers in the distance, burning. Can you see that? Falling. And whatever that is there. Weird that they should put the twin towers in. You've got the pyramids over here. The giant worms in the desert that you get on Dune. He put in here, this artist. Really interesting stuff. And it looks like land out here as well, which I find interesting. So he seems to have like all the world here on one small bit. Just like our plane. There's nothing globy about that. There's no curves, nothing like that. What we got here on the sand? Some of the ass in the air, bones all around. And this center bit looks to be on an umbrella or something. golden cup with an egg, psychedelic egg. It's a baby. I never seen that before. Look at the Brian. It's a jigsaw with a baby egg, right? It's got electrical charge sort of coming off of it. Over whoa! I never really seen that either. The spiraling eye with like a spiraling vortexy thing coming out. Wow! Check that out. All underwater because obviously there's no such thing as space. Space is water, isn't it? Wow, guys. So 650 odd, are you still watching? Wow, thanks for popping by. Let me just mute my microphone a minute. Now, in Britain land, okay. Ooh, that's trippy. In Britain land, we have a thing called oranges and lemons, says the bells of St. Clements. You owe me five farthings, says the bells of St. Martin's. When will you pay me, says the bells of Old Bailey. When I am rich, says the bells of Shoreditch. But it ends, here comes the chopper to chop off your head. It's a sort of London thing. Well, we've got the real church where actually oranges and lemons actually comes from. I'm going to just mute my microphone a bit and I'll show you this. It's really weird. Oranges and lemons bells. Never heard them before. Somebody went to the effort to do it for me, or record it for me. So I'm going to show you now. It's 1 minute 11 seconds long now. So I'm glad I actually played it because it was 111. Oranges and lemons. That's the place where it comes from. Okay. They say you're a Cockney if you live under the sound of Bow Bells, but that's the one, oranges and lemons. Never heard that before. So I'm going to be diving off soon. That's 3 hours. I'm going to give you all a big shout now and go through the chat. If you are watching now, I've got a total of 784 of you all watching. Would you please share this video out? Would you please subscribe to Flat Earth British channels? Would you please like this video? Because it all helps, because YouTube don't really like me. It's a miracle that I'm out here at all, because I can't even find me when I try to find me on a phone. You know, I'm like literally buried on this, guys. So help me out here. Okay. Now, so a few shouts to you. Well, Slim Pickens was there then. I missed you. So Fuzzy Bushmonk, you've been around for yonks for us. What's happening? Dallas Fowler, my old mate. Namaste to you, my brother, Dallas. Right. Ruja, hiya, Rue, lovely. How are you doing? Martin, love you too, Rue. And share this out. Oh, thanks, Rue. You are such a sweet angel. Oh, you're going so quick. Karen Dirt. I love you, Martin, Liedtke, and all my family here at FEB Flatterday. Oh, we'll keep you lifted and catch you on the rebound. Love. Oh, she's so lovely. So yeah, I haven't been in chat to keep an eye on anything. So I hope you all have had a fantastic night, and I hope you have enjoyed yourself. Okay, did your vibration lift during the duration of Martin's nutty fits and stuff? Some things you should never do live, Matt. It's not actually that easy to read, like, you know, old documents with like potentially 10,000 people watching them, watching me. It's like actually not all that easy as you might imagine. You've got to try not to think about it, you know. Blind Spot, Zamoxie, my brother. I was mentioned you earlier. Zalich, my brother. Stephen Dickinson. I haven't seen Vertic in the chat. Hope he's okay. Maybe he's not well. I'm not sure. So Vertic, if you are watching this, much love, my brother. And I'll catch up with you one day soon. Annette, Floyd Bingo, Kelly, Maggot, Killjoy. Thanks, Martin. Love you and everyone. Hope your bunny is well. My bunny is epic. Love my bunny. She is such a darling. Yeah, thanks. Karen Williams shared, thanks, Jenny. You've dropped the bells here too. Curious Squizzle. It's got a curious Squizzle as well. Shringe Man. Is that him? Shinji baby. Don't compare apples to oranges. Nah, no, mate. Winston Smith. Terrible time you had there, Winston. I think you've done really well. You should have still seen that bird at the end and fuck them. Kathy Marshall. Did Pavlova use bells? Palov use bells? I do not know. And Canademi. I like my blood pressure. Why? JT Clark. Thanks, mate. Connie. Hey, lovely. Capalocious. Anti Coop. And I happy with. And Floyd Bingo. Good to see you, my friend. Oranges. You're glad you didn't say lemons. I'm drinking lemons now. And I put turmeric and honey in the one earlier. So lovely. So good for you. Love you too, Cheryl Bailey. Favorite witch doctor lady. Walking Axel. Capalocious. Mad Pieman. Dragon Sage. Starlight. And Amarello B. Roscoe's in the house. And Teresa. Richard. Strach Messerschmidt. Isabella. And Curious Squizzle. Who's another Squizzle. And Stephen Dickinson. Decat. Hi, lovely. Maggot. Maggotage. Onions and Lemons are also the book of ninth. There you are. That's also the song they sing in 1984. Thanks for that. S. Lee. So yeah, I'm going to link all this up now when I've ended my vlog. Come back in about 10 minutes and you'll be able to find it all in the descriptions box. Take a look at that book later, guys. It's going to fucking melt your brain when you read what it says. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It's like, what? Oh, thanks, Brian. And Gary and Hippie and Twitch. Wishy-washy and Maggotage. Oh, Debbie Bryan. So go on, shout now if you want to be shouted on Flat Earth British. Get your Oggy or your Oi into the chat right now and I'll say goodnight to you. Jungle Juice. Kind of dummy. Not star. Oh, excuse me. Floyd. I said excuse me to myself then. Ooh. Floyd. Wickedness News. Wickedness News. Maybe you should change it to that actually. Jungle Juice. Tall Oaks. Wizard Raps. I don't know why I laugh at that every time I say that. Twirl. Yamin. Kudos to you too. Son of Overlook. I'm brother. Dankeschön. Chris. And Cat. Me. Right, let's get some new names. Some repeating. Neil's in the house. I'm Carios. I think I said that one. Deborah. Debbie Brain. Angela Lovebud. Ooh. Grandor. Uncommon Knowledge UK with Unknown Nordic. Night Flat Thumbs. Colin Crawford. Wow, I'm running out of steam. Kelly Dolan. Lisa Hatline. Hiya, Lisa Love. Viber. Rustafari. Much love, my Rustafari brother. And Stephen Dickinson. Phoenix. There's another one. Honisal Huimali Pence. I don't know what all that is. What's that? Say in English. I don't know. Mind you, most people in Germany speak English, but nobody in fucking England Britain speaks German. If you notice, it's like, are we lazy? We're languages, or just they don't bother in school? Not that I went to school, just saying. Neva Davison, good to see you, my friend. Ooh. Life for real. I'd like to speak fluent German, though I really would. If I could. James Hine. I could do my Otto impersonation wickedly then. Yeah, my Otto and Hans sketches would be nailed. I highly recommend you Martin Woodstock in Poland. You won't regret it. Yeah, I've seen that in Poland land. I watched literally like a reggae sunsplash thing. It was like a world competition of reggae bands in Poland. It was unreal. There was brilliant bands on, and there was like the entire crowd was white, but they were really into their reggae. It's like, what, in Poland? Oh, that's cool. Callum and Miles. And so, yeah, check that on YouTube. You see it. It's fucking brilliant. What's Legend, Dave? Yeah. Legends, isn't it, mate? This time next year, Rodders. Party tricks. So, if you want to catch up with Flat Earth British, Tuesday I'm going to be in Birmingham land, okay, presenting at Truth Juice. It would be fantastic. I did it the same time last year. I did one there last year. It was really enjoyable. Okay, guys, it's a great venue, and they're not all weird about anything. It's like proper cool. Okay, Mystical, WG40, and I'm in a. Oh, Alex Automatic. How are you, brother? Well, I'm all right. Thanks. Well, I haven't seen you in a month of fucking Sundays, though. Wow. Thought you the other day. I was wondering what was happening. But it has been weird, hasn't it? And we just lost last year. 2020 was a non-entity. Didn't even happen. I can't even remember any of last year. I remind myself by going through my posts. It's like, oh, I remember. That's how I relate things to different times, is what post was I doing then and thinking about. Weird, eh? Anyway, I gotta go. Flat thumbs. Much love and epicness to you all, guys. Okay, thank you for being such good people and showing them all how it's done. Okay, because that was fantastic. Okay, I'm happy now. Ooh, corn pop. So I will do some filming next week, and I will, as I said, I will stream the presentation at Truth Juice and whatever else if I'm going around talking to people and all that. Probably on this channel or the Italian channel. So keep a lookout for that, okay? So I'll definitely do that. So Callum, my brother, freshly squeezed Truth Juice Martins. Good, brilliant Callum, your China. Okay. I'm going to fuck off. I need a cuppa. I need a bit of a munch. Okay. Love you, Jen. Love you, Mad Parman, everybody. Cheryl. Melly's probably crushed out by now. Probably Flat Earth British, and everybody else has as well. So, because it is late. 3 hours. Okay, there you've got 9 hours of Flat Earth British in 1 week. That should keep you busy for the time being. All juice. Anyway, peace and love to you all. Be good. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. If you need me, martinliedtke7gmail.com. You can see that in the descriptions box. You can join me on Instagram. You can join me on Facebook. You can join me on all of my channels, which is the Celtic Tatarian channel, the Flat Earth British Think Tank channel, the Martin Liedtke's Nectar channel, and the Martin Liedtke channel you're on now. Okay, cool. Now you know.